Zero's still zero, though, Chief.
It's
If I
true.
had 0, wouldn't be here.
You're telling
Things
me.
would be better.
Austin would kill himself over bad internet.
This
When's
wasn't
the
what
first
I was
time?
promised.
Oh God.
Okay, you can start the stream now.
Yeah, nope, it's already started. That's how it started.
Oh,
Hello,
hey.
YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Da-da-da-da-da.
That's how you get sponsors.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so does anybody? I don't know if anybody keeps as detailed notes like we do for Starfinder. Does anybody want to talk about what we did last time? Kind of where we are in the story.
Fought a dragon, fucked some bitches.
Nope, that's Shrek actually. That
Fuck
you're
some
thinking
dragon
of.
bitches.
Fuck some
Spoilers,
dragon
God.
Yep. Oh wait,
We were detectives.
Oh God,
we were
damn it! I didn't
genuine
change my
Sherlock
name.
Holmes.
You're right.
I remember we interrogated some people.
That we did.
I knocked one of them out that was trying to run away.
Some undesirables.
I didn't change my name. I'm a bad Twitch streamer.
Wow.
We know.
Guys.
Change that. Put that as your title. I'm a bad Twitch streamer.
No, I
Hey, you
always
might
name
even
it.
get more views that way.
I've been bad, really bad.
Table. Tabletop. There's not a specific category for The Witcher TRPG on Twitch. Crazy, right?
It took you this long to figure that out?
I've known that. No, I'm just
How
saying
many-
there is a specific category for Starfinder. Someone's created that video game category. So okay,
It's popular.
title should be updated now. Is there one for Pathfinder, Brendan?
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. So yeah, you guys are doing the whole investigation thing. I think last session you guys worked through and you went and talked with I don't know if you guys talked with the accused last time or if that was 2 sessions ago, but you went and talked to the accused. You examined the body. You don't know if you ever spoke with. I think you did. You spoke with the person that was checking out the hammer, the one that you guys determined was fake, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you spoke with that gnome.
Yeah, because he was offended by the craftsmanship of the fake.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. Yep. And then you guys ended up inside of Cursetter's cavern. And we're kind of investigating in here. You found a couple things. You kind of see this, found this tunnel on the top right, and you're not really sure where that goes. You see that one of the pillars to the right of the cave looks as though one of the pillars to the right of the cave is. Oh yeah, so you found that top right corner. That's the one I was looking at. You found the monuments. Kind of see what it was about. We got some backstory on Cursetters. But kind of like the tail, the hammer itself. But kind of as you guys were investigating, Cooper Malik, who is the dwarf from the beginning that was kind of yelling at the guards, telling them to they need to let people in and let this festival continue, was kind of yelling with the guards and gave you guys a dirty look because you're outsiders. But him and his gang of people came in and looks like they were wanting you guys to leave and all kind of. I think I even said they did the Henry Cavill cock their arms thing and started coming at you like they were gonna beat the shit out of you. I see Kaizoran has found that you can type in words as his initiative. So if you guys want to give me an initiative roll, we can get started here. Which is again, initiative is a D10 plus your reflex.
I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm posting a picture. This is what I see when I look at this map.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Does
those
have
like
a
old
gun
style
shape.
airsoft guns. Those like first ones that we had.
Oh my god, yes. They're like the first ones.
Yeah.
The bullets
ones that
fired
go through
slow
streets.
enough that you could see them like and move out of the way through the air.
I'm convinced your map guy literally drew it off of this gun.
I could show you the original map that's in the book at some point too.
Yeah, and didn't we hear what was down that tunnel? I'm pretty sure Drogo asked some.
I thought
was down
that you said it was just like a way out.
Yeah, you're not. It just looks like it goes on, like that tunnel continues on, but you're not really sure to where necessarily.
okay.
It looks
I
like
thought it was
it's
like out
like a
of
pretty tight tunnel. I think
I
it's
need to
pretty
roll
narrow,
stuff.
but yeah, if you guys want to give
What
me an initiative roll, which again is 1d10
what
plus reflex, and put that on your character, I'll get this sorted here. You guys can obviously see everyone else's
I had an
initiative.
exploding die.
Very
Damn,
nice.
get her done.
There's no dice in there, Aggie. You can't get any.
It's not initiative, it's reflex, right?
Yeah, 1d10 plus
Right.
reflex.
Okay.
Which is your initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, it's a completely different score.
Interesting. With a score of 420, Nivius actually gets to go 5 times in a row before anyone else.
I
Oh
know.
my
It's
God.
really cool. And
Yeah.
that's by design.
Yeah.
What about his turn of blaze it? What order is that?
Now, if I sort by descending, it's the top, so.
I believe he has to eat a bag of Cheetos before he can go between his
I don't
turns.
remember. Brendan, do you need to know what his reflex is?
I'm looking it up. I got it.
Okay. It looks like
Or
it's
he
4.
has to or he has to like smoke from a really, really fat blunt,
Uh-huh.
and he goes whenever it hits.
Mm.
Oh.
Interesting.
Hmm.
That's a
That's right.
theory.
But so it depends on his tolerance. How much does he
Mhm.
smoke?
He rolled poorly.
So
He
he
is
got
a
hit
wolf, so.
immediately.
Wolves are notorious stoners.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
And again, let me read this dialogue again for you guys that
It's in every fable.
Cooper kind of yelled out before coming out. Give me a second here to find this. Brendan, are you playing Hunt?
No. I just wanted you to react that way.
Oh man. Okay.
That was a good. That was a good cover. That was a good cover. I see what you did there.
I think you've done that before,
Oh.
so that's fair.
I have.
Okay. Cooper says, "Heard you've been asking questions about things that are none of your business. You and that idiot girl can't leave well enough alone and are ruining our reputation. It's a shame the Harkis lad died, but that's what happens when foreigners think they have the run of the mountain. Justice has been
No.
done, and the sooner it's done and dusted, the sooner life can go back to normal. If you can't see that, maybe we'll have to educate you. You're not welcome. Don't kill him, lads. We don't want to be mopping up that kind of mess before the party."
Well, that's your first mistake.
I'm sorry. I simply wandered into this tunnel by accident. Can you please point me towards the lavatory?
Cooper just kind of looks at you, and it doesn't do anything.
Why did all these people follow me? I don't know. I think that they probably were trying to tell me to come back. Yes, I can hear you now. We can go home.
Uh-huh.
Drogo steps forward, or steps forward. I guess he just kind of turns around and looks at him. Just goes, "Do you see this medallion? Do you know what it means?" Not-
Yes, Drogo. It means
Do you-
that you have passed the trial of whatever and become a witcher. I
Oh.
see. You weren't talking. Okay.
Cooper's
shut
just
up.
You're
like,
kind of talking through.
I can't
Nivius,
see you all
yeah.
the way over there, lad.
Ah.
Ragnar, it is your turn first, though.
It is, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'm gonna be making pretty much a beeline, and I'm gonna square right up to this dude in front,
Okay.
and I'm gonna look around, back to like our party, and kind of give him a look like, we doing this? And just looking for like anyone to be like, yeah, go ahead. Does anyone give me a go ahead?
I mean, on our end, yes. I absolutely want to punch the fuck out of him.
I just yell,
Yeah, and if you want
from
to
the back.
punch or kick or anything, I can walk you through that real quick again to kind of how that works. Or you can try to swing
Yeah,
a
wasn't
sword
that
at
a
him.
brawl? Wasn't that a brawl?
Yeah, it should
in
be. One second.
Remember what
I have
page
all the stuff
that's
set up for the dwarves, but I didn't have it set up for you guys. 1 second.
Oh, you've done
Yeah,
it now.
so it's still going to be your reflex plus your weapon skill, which your weapon skill would be brawl plus a d10.
Bro, there you are. And then I'm gonna turn back to
And then I think your
Turn
guys'
back
character
to-
sheets say what
yeah,
the
I
damage
found
is
it.
for those. Okay.
I want to turn back to the person in the lead and be like, you know, I probably shouldn't be getting into fights because I've been told that my hit isn't that strong. How about you tell me what you think, and I'm gonna roll to punch him in the face.
Okay, and you're going to
For science.
punch.
Yeah, brawl. Yep.
Okay.
Because I don't want to kill him, but I want to
Yeah.
beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I got
so, yeah.
I got my number.
Okay, yeah, let me grab my d10 and I'm going to use.
No, that's in my dice, Aggie. You can't has in my
Um,
dice.
Cooper is going to try to reposition. And I rolled 2
You have
ones
your
and
number?
then a 9. Yeah, you definitely are gonna hit.
Nice. I had gotten a 20 after bonus, so.
Holy shit. Okay, so I rolled
And
wait, it's gonna
what was the
be
damage for punching?
I literally rolled a 0, but I don't think you can crit
It's in
with
your in the top right of your sheet, next to your vitals and other stats.
Top right. Ah, thank you. Punch is going to be a
I don't know if you can crit
D6
off of
plus
give me
4.
one sec because you got a
Mhm. Yeah,
deadly
do your thing. I
crit,
gotta get my stuff, so.
but it's gonna be you can't I don't think you can crit with non-lethal damage.
I would think you can. Especially someone martially trained like Ragnar. Yeah. I'd say he could crit someone with
You've
a
done it
punch.
now. Once he starts punching, he doesn't stop.
Like Bane, he'll just keep punching through a wall if he has to.
That's right. Yeah, punch through the pillar.
Mhm.
Fucking rad.
Get that bread, Ragnar.
Oh, when you take non-lethal damage, it actually goes to your stamina.
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Makes me
Excuse me.
tired of shit.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Did you
So that's
shit your
cool.
Because then
pants,
if you had
dog?
0 stamina, you pass out basically.
Yeah.
So let me know what I need to roll.
Go ahead and roll your normal damage here.
Normal kick or normal punch, I mean.
Yep, and roll your location too. We'll see where you hit.
Okay. Damage is max, so that's 10.
Sick. And
And
you're gonna
location
hit.
is a 2.
Okay, so that's gonna
So
be
punched him.
torso, right in the
Oh,
fucking
dang it.
stomach.
I thought 1 and 2 was face, or was head.
Just
It's
just
just one.
one.
Just 1. Oh,
Mm.
dang it.
And then
I
you
was
got.
hoping to punch him in the face.
We add the
It
bonus.
throws me off that only one of them is head.
Yeah, there's a minus to like aiming for the head, but I can't
Yeah,
remember
you
what
can
it is.
aim for the head. Yeah. And then give me one more. I sit here and I just think, okay, I think I have everything pulled up that I'm gonna need, and then I just never ever do.
It's a
Ever.
silly thought to have. You'll never
Yeah.
have everything.
How silly.
That is very silly. Very just
I
what a
was just trying
goober.
to find what the bonus damage was for a critical a measure. A goober. Such a goofy goober.
No, not goofy. Just a goober.
I'm a goofy goober.
You're a fucking goober.
What a fool.
You fucking fool.
Okay. Okay, and you do a bonus 10 damage for it being deadly. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. So
Hell
you
yeah.
did 20 damage?
Yeah?
Okay. Okay. So you walk up and you punch Cooper so hard in the stomach that he passes out. You just like hit him like just so perfectly that he just is like "Ah!" and just falls over. Not dead, but like absolutely completely unconscious.
Wow.
And so I'm gonna
Got him
put
in the kidney.
I'm
You
gonna
really
look
did.
at the rest of his posse and be like, anybody else want to turn?
And ironically,
Here we go.
they don't.
Oh hell yeah!
Damn.
They all kind of look at each other. They look back left and right, and they're like, "Nope." And they all turn around and run out that front. Or they're
Hey,
going
don't forget your leader.
they're going to try to at least. Yeah, actually, we'll continue to play this out here. So that was your turn, Ragnar. So it's going to be Red's turn. And he is going to turn around and let me make sure I have his speed right. It's another thing I should have had good to go, but I didn't because I'm terrible. Oh wow. Okay, so they're fast, so he can get completely out.
Craven.
Red completely runs away. It's now Drogo's turn. So Drogo, you see Cooper just get completely knocked unconscious, and you see like all of them kind of look at each other like they're ready to run, but and then you just see Red run away.
Can we double move in this?
Mm,
There is a run speed.
yeah, which should be your. That's a full round action, so you wouldn't be able to do anything else, but you can move your speed times 3.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm not gonna attack these dudes. I'm just gonna let them run away. I mapped it out. I just want to get to their leaders so I can like search him, see if he has anything on him.
Okay. All right, so that's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Raish.
Or as I'm walking up, they're like freaking out and just run. And I just walk up and start looking at their captain.
Yeah,
Okay.
you technically run up to them and then just like take a knee at their captain that just passed out.
Okay, Raish, your turn.
Yes. All right. Yeah, I'll
That's
just
such a fucking crazy. God damn it. Just walks up and fucking punches him in the stomach.
You're welcome. I'm sure you planned very long and hard for this encounter.
I got a whole table and everything. Yep. Each of their individual stats all laid out. Yep.
Brendan's
You
like
can-
been
you
there
can just throw that
before.
away now.
Yeah.
I have been there before.
All right, Raish, you gonna do anything, or you just running up to him too?
I just walked up,
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
just one step at a time.
All right, Kai Soren,
Okay,
or Soren with your friends.
absolutely.
That Kai be soaring. Ew.
We decided each of these squares is like 2 meters.
Yeah, but I think we also decided that your run speed is just the amount of squares, or your movement is just the amount of squares.
So 1 meter.
Five movement, 5 square.
Yeah, because some of you have odd numbers, so they're not gonna make your.
Okay, so each one's 1 meter.
I don't think your movement is in meters. I think it's just a number of squares. I think if your movement is 5, you have a 10-meter movement speed.
Okay. I guess I don't know what it is. It's a good point. Speed is 5. Okay. So I could go 1, 2, 3.
Anyway, I think we just decided that because you're like wouldn't be able to move 2.5 squares only with a movement speed of 5. Like that wouldn't make much
Okay.
sense.
I think I'm gonna move here,
Okay.
and I think I'm going. Well, I guess it's up to everybody else. I'll be like, Ragnar, would you like me to detain a few of these fellows so that we could perhaps interrogate them?
Go for it.
All right. I'm gonna cast my Earthen Pillar spell, which allows me to create a 2-meter cubed pillar from the ground.
Nice.
And I'm gonna see if I can just cast it like here in the
Nice.
doorway.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
I assume I don't have to roll anything against that because you're not attacking anyone in particular. You're just affecting the surrounding area. So I think you just have to
Yeah.
roll and not fumble. I assume.
I have no idea. It's so I have a 10-meter range, so I think I can
Uh huh.
2, 4, 5,
Let me
6, 8,
go to
10. So I think
your
I could definitely get
character
it
sheet.
here. Um,
Let's
it doesn't
go.
say anything in particular about spellcasting. Like it just says it creates a 2-meter cubed pillar from earth and ground. The pillar counts as cover, as 10 SP, and
So they
remains
can
until
attack
destroyed.
it. Yeah.
You can attack it. So I think it just creates it. And it costs me 4 stamina or whatever.
Yeah. I think for every cast, you still have to roll and just not fumble it because I think there's always a chance that you fumble and then we would go to
it's
the
fine. I can
fumble
roll.
table. Yeah.
Let's see what skills that's just spell casting. Just
Yeah, it'll
generalized.
be 1d10 plus whatever spellcasting is under plus your spellcasting. But as long as you just roll the d10, and as long as you don't get a 1, you should be okay.
Okay, I got a 10.
Even better.
So I exploded up, got 15 plus 6 is 21.
Yep. Cool. And it looks like it's just automatic, but it only has 10 SP, so I think they only have to do it's mostly just like it's like a dirt mound, so they might be able to try to break it down.
Yeah. It's useful as cover, but like it's not necessarily good in this situation, but it's the closest thing I have to
Mhm.
being useful.
Well, and if anything, it's gonna buy. It'll take them probably a round to destroy it,
Yeah.
giving us a chance to get up and knock them out or anything.
Yep, whatever you want to do. I'll leave that up to you guys, your discretion.
I got an idea.
But that's my turn.
Okay, cool. Dope. That's sick. Let me
I'll
see.
go
I
ahead
don't
and
know
say
if
Niveus
there's
isn't going to do anything aggressive, so Niveus will just be threatening
let's do
on his turn.
grab this, and we'll just kind of put this here. It's like there's like an earthen mound there. Okay, so that's Kaizoran's turn. It is now Pink's turn, and Pink is gonna see that block of dirt just kind of pop up right next to him, and he's gonna go, they have a mage, and he's just gonna go and he's going to draw
I'm going to say, where?
he's gonna draw his longsword, which isn't very long because he's a dwarf, but it's still a longsword. And he's going to try to strike at this this mound of dirt.
Scared there for a second.
And he doesn't have to roll to hit it because it's not defending itself because it's a round of dirt.
Hey, hey. How do you know?
I'm God here.
All right.
And he's
Dirt
gonna
has a mind of its own.
try to attack it. I need d6s for that. And he rolls 2 1s. Guess I don't have to tell you that, but
Heals himself.
he only does 2
Impressive.
points of damage to it.
Hits the dirt, deflects the fucking sword back into his own stomach.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the other guy tries to come over and get the sword out, and he falls backwards onto him
Oh
and
wait,
impales the
it's
second guy.
2d6 plus 2, so he actually does. Sorry, he
Big
does
mistake.
4 points of damage to it.
War.
So he starts striking it, and just kind of it's a mound of dirt. So he hits it with the sword, and some of the dirt kind of falls down. Is all that happens. And actually, he's gonna fast attack it, so he just does that twice. And that one is a much better hit. I rolled a 4 and a 3, so that's going to be 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that second one, he's able to actually knock down that mound of dirt. Unfortunately for you guys,
You fool. Strike me down, and I shall only become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
but that's all Pink can do
That's
now.
that's the dirt talking.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Nice. You throw your voice at the dirt pile.
I hope I did SP right there, but if anybody finds something that says I didn't, that's fine. Tell me. Okay. It is now Cooper's turn. Cooper is unconscious, so he will do nothing. And it is now Orange's turn, and Orange is going to just try to book it out of here, and he is able to dip out of the cave. He easily gets out and continues his run speed and runs in to the cave. You guys wouldn't be able to necessarily find him unless you tried to track him down, which you certainly could do after this, but I'm looking up the SP real quick thing to make sure. I think it's going to be maybe not. Maybe I won't look that up right now. Oh wait, it's going to be under cover actually. Brandon, it just says that has.
It doesn't say like health or anything else. It just says SP.
Pillar counts as cover with a 10 SP and remains until destroyed. So the back that it says
SP
it remains
is like armor, right?
Yeah, so like we would have to do yeah, so they have to do like 10 plus damage to get through armor. So like if you were using that pillar as cover, then they'd have to do 10 plus damage to that, and then it would come through and hit you. But I don't know how the health works necessarily. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't have a problem with you saying it was destroyed. That's fine.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's just kind of a mound of dirt, so.
Yep.
Okay.
Although
well,
in my
I'll-
experience, I found that dirt is immune to slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
if
immune to 2 slashing damage.
it was a quick strike, you're right. Not sure. Not sure of its stamina.
Okay. Okay, so it would be that was Orange's turn. It is now Purple's turn. Purple is going to try to dip the fuck out of there too. These guys don't seem like they're like super. I mean, they're like loyal to Cooper, but like they don't like they're not. These guys aren't like really great friends or anything. They're just also people that are upset that everything's going on. It is Blue's turn. Blue's going to try to dip out of there, and he's able to get out. And then Green's turn as well. And Green kind of looks at Cooper. And then he kind of looks at Drogo. And he's like, I'll help you, sir. And he's going to try to punch. Or actually, he's going to try. This is fun. I'm going to make this more fun instead of everyone just running away. He is going to try to push you back. He's going to try to do like it's called a push kick.
Who is he doing this to?
To Drogo. It's the only one that that's close enough for him to do.
Okay.
So he's gonna try to like kick you and like knock you backwards, like not necessarily deal damage, but like push you away. So that's still gonna be my same roll. So I'm gonna roll, and then you can try to reposition. You can do your other classic stuff: reposition, dodge, blocker, parry. So I'm going to try to do that. Okay, I have my number. Do you need me to tell you what your dodge reposition all that is again? Or do you...
Yeah, I'm attempt to reposition.
Okay, so reposition, yeah, that's gonna be your dexterity. I guess you have that on your page, don't you? Okay, what'd you get?
Well, what was the roll again? It's not telling me.
I thought it was on your.
It just says defensive actions, and I see it, but I don't. And I see like a number next to it. Is that the full addition number?
D10 plus that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank God. In a minute. Yeah, I have my number.
Okay, I got a 19.
Oh, I got a dirty 20.
No, you son of... I exploded too.
17 plus 3. I rolled a 3.
Okay. So he goes to like, and you said you repositioned.
Yeah.
Okay, so with a reposition, you get to move half your speed too. I believe that's reposition.
Yeah, get behind him.
Yeah, so you can like
That's what I was gonna do. Dink, dink.
Okay, so yeah, like he goes to like kick you, and his stubby little legs don't quite reach you. You're able to kind of just like grab his leg and then like twist to the backside of him.
Yeah, I flip him forward.
Yeah.
And I just wrong move.
Okay. So that's gonna be the
So
end of.
I just told him to run, and he didn't.
That's true. Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna try to help Cooper out here. So that's gonna be the end of Green's turn. It is now Nivius's turn. Does Nivius do anything here, Brendan?
No, he's not going to be aggressive.
Okay, cool. And we're back to the top of the turn, top of the order. It is now Ragnar's turn again. What do you want to do here?
Let's see.
Real quick too, I do want to read out these. I think I have it somewhere, but all the things that are like attack that you can do. So there's punch, kick, push, kick, charge, disarm, grapple, pin, choke, throw, and trip. Are all different things that you can do with your guys' grapple skill.
I don't recall. Is there such thing as attack of opportunity in this game?
There is not. No.
Sweet. I'm gonna go here and go stand right in front of this entrance.
Okay. Perfect. So you get in the way of pink and green here, and are you just gonna stop there?
I'm gonna take a punch at pink.
Okay.
And
Let me get my. God damn it! Why do I keep putting this D10 up? I know I'm gonna have to keep using it, so there's no reason for me to put it away. So he's going to try to.
I have my number.
I have my number as well.
I got a 19.
Oh no, I got a 19 too. I rolled a 9. It's 1d10 plus 10.
Do we
defender,
just re-roll?
Defender wins.
Oh, it always goes to. Okay.
Yeah, always goes to the defender. So he's able to like you go to like punch him and you kind of aim a little high and he's able to just kind of dip underneath it.
Okay.
Nothing he missed there.
And
so
that was just a regular attack, so can I do another one?
Yeah, you can choose to make strong or fast strikes with punches.
Okay.
So.
That's an explosion.
Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, actually, that goes this way. I think. Yeah, it does. Okay. I have my number. He's gonna try to dodge again. Only got a 16 this time.
I got a 26.
Okay, so that's gonna be 10 over, which is going to be a crit, but it's non-lethal. We're just adding the bonus damage. So okay. So you are going to hit him.
I'll do damage first.
Yeah, and then let me know where, or give me another D10 to see where you hit him.
That was a 5. And I
Okay.
only got a 3 on that, so 7 total damage.
Okay,
All right.
7.
Well, of the roll, so
7 damage plus 5 will be 12 damage, but the bonus isn't added till the after, actually, which might matter. What's your D10 to see where you hit?
that was the 5. Sorry.
Oh, 5. Okay, so you hit him in the
3 was the D6 roll. So
gotcha. Okay, so you hit him in the right arm, which is going to be half damage. So half your 7 is going to be it's 3, but plus the 5 is going to be 8. So you do 8 damage, and that goes straight to his stamina, and that is on pink.
you just gave him a fucking dead arm.
Pretty good hit. Pretty good hit. Okay, so that is going to be Ragnar's turn. He gets in front of the exit and strikes twice at pink and nails one of them. Next, it is going to be Drogo's turn here. And you got dwarves on either side of you right now.
Yeah, I'm still looking at green, and
Okay.
whenever I said my last line, I just said wrong move. Then I'm going to attempt Axie and just calm him down.
Okay, cool. Let me pull up your character sheet so I can help walk through Axie. Nope, not Dylan. Dalton. And magic. And we're looking at Axie. Okay, so Axie stuns an opponent until they can make a stun save at a -1. For every 2 points of additional stamina you spend past one, the stun save becomes harder by 1 point. So you'll roll your spellcasting plus whatever the higher level thing is for spellcasting plus a d10, and he's going to roll a resist
What's
magic.
the higher level what?
Whatever, like will, I think it is, right? You'll roll your spellcasting plus will.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, sorry. And then I'm going to roll a resist magic against you. So we find what that number is. And resist magic is going to be that. So not very good. They're just dwarves. Okay. I have my number. Let me know when you get yours.
I got mine.
Okay. I only got a 9 to resist magic. I assume you beat that.
27.
Okay. So that's pretty good. Is there criticals for magic casting? I feel like there is, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you can just fumble. I don't think you crit necessarily. Major criticals. Magic that causes physical damage can cause critical wounds. Okay, so this doesn't cause any physical damage, so it can't cause any criticals. That makes sense. And how much stamina are you putting into this, Dalton?
4 points of stamina, so like an extra 2 points.
So he's got to roll a stun save at a -3. Excuse me. And let's do that. See if he is stunned. And his stun is. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't remember. Fuck, what are stun saves? I think I have to roll under that number. Does that sound right?
I think that's right. I remember there being something that you had to roll low and not high.
Yeah. Your stun score represents how hard it is to stun you. When forced to make a stun save, you roll under this number or be stunned. Okay. He's stunned. He only has a 4 stun. You -3, so he has to get under a 1, and you can't do that. So
Sick.
Wait, your guys' die don't have negatives on them?
that'd be cool. Okay, so and that was against green,
I thought that's
right?
what Ugris was playing
Yeah.
with for the first half of Starfinder.
Okay, so green is
Right.
stunned. Fuck. Okay, and what does stunned mean again? Okay. You are stunned. Your head's reeling and vision swimming. You can't take any actions while stunned, and anyone attacking you only has to beat a DC 10 to hit you. So in this effect, you must make a stun save. This roll takes your whole turn. If you're struck while stunned, you snap out of it immediately. Okay, cool. So he's just out of it until he's not. Okay, so that is Drogo's turn. I guess you just punched once, right? That was just
Only
one
did
hit.
the
Yeah, those one
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah, so you
so
can actually,
can I swing around and try and
yeah,
punch?
you can actually turn around and punch Pink too if you're. Yep.
You can do a spin kick on the other guy.
Yeah.
I don't think
Let's
you
do it.
can.
I'll try to kick him.
You're gonna try to kick him. Okay. Yeah, rule of fun. That sounds cool. All right, go ahead. Try to kick him.
I'm a fucking roundhouse kick this dude.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
he is going to try. That's pretty dope looking, actually. I imagine.
I gotta find a gift for that.
So what was it? Just brawling plus reflex.
Yeah, same roll actually. Honestly, I didn't really want to say it, but there's no reason to ever punch. Kicking is the same exact thing, but does more damage. I
Yeah.
think the reason that they have both is because you can get like knuckles, like brass knuckles and stuff like that to make your punch stronger. And then sometimes like your legs can be tied up, so you can only kick, and sometimes your arms are tied, like vice versa. So
Look at the impact on this kick.
I'm gonna use 2 luck by the way.
spinning.
Spin kick.
Oh yeah,
wait, no.
he's
Done.
unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a tiny little gif. Okay. I'm going to try to reposition actually here. Okay, I've got my number.
Um,
Excuse me. Fuck.
okay, yeah, I have mine.
Okay, I got a 14 to try to reposition.
17.
Okay, so you successfully hit this guy. So go ahead and give me your damage, and then a D10 to see where you
Jesus.
hit. Wait, what did you get? 27?
17. No, 17.
17. 4. Okay, so never mind. No crit there.
Yeah.
Bad.
Okay, so 8 damage, and I rolled a 7 on the D10.
Okay, 7 is going to be you basically kick him in his right leg, and you do 7 damage. So that's going to be halved to just 3 points of damage to his stamina, and that was against Pink, right? Pink. So Pink's already been hit. So he's looking. He got hit in the like right leg, and then hit in the right arm too. So he's just he's battered, looking pretty down on his luck right now. Let me cross out these guys that have already been using.
Whenever I flip around, I kick him. As he kind of stumbled to the ground, I just say, survey the area. You're not going to come out of this. I suggest you yield.
He's just like, "K," like he speaks Spanish. No, I'm
Oh, God.
kidding.
This just got a lot harder.
Okay, so that's Drogo's turn. All right, Raish, you are up.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do a step, and then a jump spin kick on this guy's face.
Okay, and that's just
Well,
a kick, right?
do keep in mind, doesn't
This is the
isn't the
stun
green
guy,
dude
right?
just, yeah, he's just stunned, but he isn't unstunned until someone kicks him, right? Or hits
Right.
him.
That is
So
true.
if you do that, he's going to become unstunned.
Okay.
But you get a free hit on him, like he can't defend, or you only have to hit a DC 10. I think I said.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, in that case, I could like grapple him and like get him
that is true.
detained.
Yeah, because I was thinking we keep this dude alive, and then try and
Mhm.
question him for shit.
Everyone is alive right now. Like I have the X over Cooper, but Cooper is still very much alive. He's just knocked the fuck out. Just FYI.
Yeah, but like we could have him waking up, and then we have one of his friends like with a knife to his
Exactly.
throat.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
exactly.
for grapple,
Yeah.
just so you know, the grapple is you can roll to grab hold of a target. While grappled, a target cannot move away from you and takes a -2 to all physical actions. And it's a prerequisite to pins, chokes, and throws.
Sweet.
Each turn, your opponent can attempt a dodge/escape roll against your brawling to slip loose.
And this is
And
all the
so-
same day as us doing the investigation, right? That was all
Yep.
on one day.
Yep. You guys
Sweet.
haven't even been here
So-
super long, but yeah.
I have my aura about me still because that's 24 hours.
Okay. Yep. Everyone is scared of you. It
Fucking
takes them.
terrified.
I have to look that up every time. I really just need to write that down.
It's a fortitude save.
That's right.
DC something or another. DC.
I think you have it
But
written
yeah,
down
no,
on
I'm
your
gonna-
character
yeah,
sheet,
I'm
now,
gonna
right, too.
grapple him. I'm gonna hold him.
Okay. Just give me a roll, and hopefully you don't fumble. You just have to hit a DC 10.
Well, I'm rolling a D10. What am I adding to it?
It'll still be your normal your grapple skill. So it'll be your grapple plus. It's gonna be the same to hit as your like kicks and stuff are. Let me see. Your grapple or your brawling, excuse me. So it's
Oh,
gonna be your
brawling.
reflex plus
Reflex plus
brawling plus
Okay.
D10. Yeah.
Well, that's a 10.
Yeah. Well, you can still
So-
explode down. So.
Sure. Okay, I got a 4. So
Okay.
14.
Cool. Yep. You are good then. So you now have him grappled. And that is all you can do right now. But he's unstunned, so he's like awake now. But you're like holding him down. So
Yeah, just for flavor's sake, I want to kick the back of his knees and hold his neck with my arm.
Okay, so you got like in a
That's
choke.
why I want to do it. Yeah.
I mean, not actually, because the choke is another thing, but you got him in a headlock. I like it. Cool.
I don't have it.
All right. It is now Kaizoran's turn.
I mean, you guys are like beating the crap out of these guys. I don't think there's anything for me to do at the moment, so I think I'm just gonna hold.
Okay. Kaizoran is going to wait. So it's now Pink's turn. He is not looking super great. But he sees his only way out is through Ragnar. So he's going to give one last effort here. Let me see. So he's going to. Give me one sec. I want to read this. He's going to like kind of take a step back and then just run full speed at you, Ragnar. He's going to attempt a charge.
Nice.
So he's just gonna try to like run and like kick you out of the way to get away. So
Drogo puts his foot out and trips him.
trip is actually you could attempt to kick the target's legs out from under them and knock them prone. So that is like a thing. You can't do it right now because it's not your turn. But
Is
that
this
is-
just going to be a dodge melee, or is this going to be a specific thing to like?
nope. For
resist
right now,
rush or
we just we see what it ends up being, and then there's another check that gets done after.
Okay.
If you successfully like defend.
Don't wall that bitch.
Okay, I have.
I have my number.
Okay, I got 14.
Well, my dodge melee is 15, but I got a 21 total. So
Okay, so oh, and yeah, -3 because it's a strong. Okay, so you successfully blocked, but now we have to make physique checks against each other. And if I succeed,
see.
in the physique check, you don't get hit by the kick, but you still get knocked prone. So let me find this guy's physique.
I have my number.
I don't. What skill is physique under?
It's under body.
Yo, mama.
Got him.
Okay. Okay, I have mine too. I assume you're gonna win this, but I only got a 10.
I got a 29.
Okay, so yeah, he goes to kick
I had
you.
an exploding die.
Nice. Yeah, he goes to kick you, and you just like eat it. Like he is so like almost unconscious that it just like hits you in your stomach, and he just kind of like falls, like he kind of stumbles back himself, and like you
When
just
you do
don't
a-
move.
Plate armor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Pink just basically doesn't get to do anything this turn. Cooper's still unconscious, so it is back to Green's turn now, and Green is grappled. So he is going to try to roll out of that. So I roll a
He's
dodge slash.
stunned, didn't he?
You grappled him, which technically would wake him up,
Mm.
like would unstun him.
All right.
But he has to roll a dodge slash escape roll against your brawling. So you give me a brawling roll, and I'll roll my dodge slash escape with a -2 since it's a physical action.
Also roll your fortitude save because it's an action against me.
Okay. Did we figure out what the DC of that was?
No.
Okay.
You have it. It's not in the regular book.
Piss. You're
Sorry.
right. Nope, you're good.
I'll write it down.
Actually, let's just see if I even need to figure out what it is first. Because
Oh wait, this wasn't against me.
No,
This
no.
was.
Yeah, Raish is
Damn it!
Yeah,
Damn it! Because I was rolling to do the brawl. Do y'all want to know what I got?
I assume it was pretty
2
good.
10s.
45.
Holy
I rolled
fuck.
3 10s in a row.
Jesus.
Not
tits.
even shitting.
That's pretty good.
Might have killed him even if it was non-lethal.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. What's your roll, Dylan? I got pretty low, so unless you
Yeah,
exploded
12.
a couple times. Yeah, I only got a 6, so we don't even have to worry about the fortitude save. Okay, so he's continued to be grappled. There's nothing he can do. He is just stuck there. And Nivius is still just chilling in the back, yeah?
Yep, until further notice.
Cool. All right. Ragnar, you are up.
Then can I use that 45 hitting
Nope.
the? Dang it.
I like the effort though.
Krennic just
Let's
turns around and does this.
go. And
Oh wait,
which
no,
one is
Drogo.
grappled? Green or pink? Green.
Green is grappled.
Green is grappled, and he was also the one that was stunned. Yeah.
Yep. He is no longer stunned because he is grappled. but-
Okay. What we got here? I'm going to. I'm gonna throw one of my throwing knives at Pink.
Going lethal. Okay.
I mean, yeah, but I'm mostly just going to disable, hurt them. I'm not going to try to kill.
I don't know if
Hopefully, I
there's a
don't have.
way to. I don't know if there's a way
Yeah.
to use like lethal weapons in a
Well,
I'm not.
non-lethal.
going
I'm not
down
saying that I
the
am
stamina,
aiming
not the
for
health.
non-lethal.
Okay.
But this is my intent.
Okay.
I just want to shoot the guy. I don't want to
yeah.
kill him.
My
Okay.
my
Well,
thought
spare 'em.
is it's only 1d6 damage. It's
Okay.
good. It's gonna hurt him. It might be enough for him to be like, "All right, I'm done. I surrender." So that's my thought.
Okay.
Ow.
All right. He is going. Okay. Yeah. I will try to.
You put a hole in my body.
That
Yeah.
really hurt.
And...
I have my number.
Okay. Let me.
Let me know when you're ready.
He's
24.
going to do. God damn it. God damn it.
He sucks.
Oh. Did you explode down or something?
Twice. Yeah. 2 1s in a
Dum
row.
dum dum dum.
Oof.
I assume you're going to beat me. What's your number?
Mine was 21.
Yeah. I got like
I
a 1 1. That's going to be that.
think you just fucking killed this guy.
I got a. Actually, he didn't do terrible because he tried to parry. Or block, excuse me, which uses his weapon skill too, because he's the one with his sword out. Because he had it out to try to knock down the
Dirt.
dirt.
Dirt. The Joe Dirt.
He got a 16. What did you get?
21.
Okay, so that's only 5, so it's 7. So no critical there. So yep, you can roll to see where you hit and roll that damage.
The damage is only going to be 2. Let me see where my. There you are. That was an 8.
8 is going to be in his right leg. You guys are really beating the shit out of that right leg. But that's just only going to be 2 points of damage.
Well, I hit him in the arm last time.
Yeah, I think Dylan or Drogo hit him in the right leg though.
Ah.
Okay, so as
Did
soon
I
as Pink gets hit, like the knife like kind of just slices like a little part of his leg that isn't covered with armor, kind of slices by it. Actually, it hits his armor and doesn't do like it doesn't. It's
Just
not enough
goes a
damage to
little bit
get to
through.
him. Yeah, it's actually not enough to get all the
Oh,
way
it
through
didn't.
his. Yeah, I forgot that. So, but he sees you like willing to like, do lethal damage or whatever, and Pink just throws his hands up. He's like, I yield, damn it. So that's like Pink kind of gets down like on his knees. He's just like, I'm done. Like, I can't win this. He's got a guy that's punched Cooper with one punch and knocked him unconscious, and is throwing knives at him. And then he's got a fucking Witcher on the other side of him, and then he's just fucking scared of Raish for some reason he doesn't really understand. Okay, it is Drogo's turn now.
Yeah, the second that he says like I'm done, he gets onto the ground and Drogo just says, Good. And he attempts to punch him in the head to knock him out.
Okay. He's like he's not like a blocking target, so it's just DC 10 to hit him. You try to like punch him in the back of the head. So
I
just
have a reflex of 10, so does
so
that
just
get it?
don't you can't you can still roll
Just
a
don't
1.
explode down, yeah.
Get a coup de grace going
6.
here.
Roll the 6. Or no, that's a
Cool.
9. Because the thing's on the other side.
And are you doing weak attack, or are you trying to do like one strong punch to like knock him?
Just one punch, knock him out.
Okay, so that's just you just double damage. And you
Can
were
I just
aiming for the
aim?
head too. Yeah, you can actually you can aim for the head even if you want, because
Yeah.
all you have to do is not fumble. So
So yeah, then I do that.
what's your
And
damage
that's
total?
I roll twice because of double damage. 3, 5.
It's not roll twice. It's just double, I believe, in this. If you do
Oh,
it's
okay.
just damage times 2, but it's also in the head, so it's times 3, so it's times 6, whatever you roll.
Okay. Well, I got a 9.
Okay, yeah, you knock him out.
Okay.
Pink is super unconscious. He might be dead. You hit him really hard in the head.
He'll be fine.
Okay,
It's clearly bleeding out his nose. He's like, he'll be fine.
all right, all that's left here is green. And green actually hasn't taken any stamina damage yet, but he is grappled, so it is Raisha's turn. What do you want to do with this? You could
I'm
talk
trying
to
to
him
get
too if you want
information
to.
from this dude. Yeah.
I'd like to pin him now. Can I do that?
Yep,
Does
while
it work
grappling,
like
you can pin
the
your
grapple?
opponent. If you succeed, the opponent is mobilized and it cannot move or act until they escape with a dodge/escape roll against your brawling. So
Okay.
it's a little bit better than grapple, because with grapple he can still take some physical actions just at a -2, but pinned he can't do anything other than try to escape.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
Pin that motherfucker.
Okay,
Pin
so
that
it's just going to be
motherfucking muscle cap.
he has to do a dodge/escape against your brawling. So give me a brawling roll and I'll give you a dodge/escape roll.
It's
only got
just another brawl.
Yeah. I only got a 10, so you don't have to do much here.
Yep. 16.
Okay. So he is now pinned.
Okay. Yeah, I kick the rest of his leg out from under him and just
Okay.
push him onto
Yeah,
the
and
ground.
after he's pinned, he's basically like, I yield, please. So with
Okay.
that, I'm going to go ahead and just
And,
pull you guys out of combat here. Because there's not
Drogo
really
would ask
anything.
him immediately. And just ask, why are you here?
You're talking to Green? I guess he's the only one
Yeah.
that's conscious.
Yeah, he's
And
the
he
only
just-
one that's so up.
He's got his face in the dirt.
So he's just like, we just were here to scare you off. And he kind of looks around, don't like foreigners messing around in our business. Your kind aren't welcome here. We just wanted to scare you off. We didn't realize that you were so tough.
We are tough and we are very smart. We are uncovering. Oh wait, no, that's Drogo. Or that's Krennic. Was Russian. We are smart. Or we are strong and we are also very smart. We are uncovering the truth behind what is happening here. To show us off is to be arrogant.
He goes, we know who did it, damn it. We have 2 already locked up. Leave it alone. We know who did it. It was those other foreigners. That fucking Vron and Werebub. We don't need you here.
We are uncovering evidence that suggests otherwise. We are doing that, right? Am I correct in that?
I think we've already figured it out.
I mean, yeah, you talked to the 2 accused, and you kind of really didn't feel like it was them who did it. And you also realized that they could escape at any time that they wanted, but they didn't. So Yeah, he's gonna go. It wasn't my idea to come here. It was Cooper's, damn it. We just do what he says. And you guys can roll
If he
like
told you to
checks
jump off a
against him.
cliff, would you do it?
Oh, well, obviously not. And you guys could try to roll like human perception or like anything, like if you have anything that you want to try to roll against him to see if he's telling the truth or what he's, anything like that. Definitely feel free to.
I'm gonna flick a blade out of nowhere, at him and put it to his throat, and just tell him, "Don't you lie." Roll an
It's like, I
intimidation.
yield. We're not lying, damn it. We were just here to teach you a lesson. The whole fucking investigation's holding up the festival. It's not good for us. We just want you to leave.
Can I do an awareness check to like see if he has any bruising on him, like if his captain abused him?
Uh,
Domestic violence check.
I
Yeah,
think that
domestic
actually
violence check.
it would be. I feel like there's a better role for that. It's
Physique.
Grooming and style.
probably
Style.
archer. No, it'd be first aid. That's it.
That's a 50 shit.
To like
First
check for like bruising and stuff on him.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead.
15.
It literally in my head, I was like, all right, let me make this DC 15. Yeah, you don't. The only bruising, like looks like there's a lot of fresh bruises on him, but you assume that's from him getting tossed around by you guys. You don't see any like, I don't know, like what you would consider old bruises or anything like that on him. Yeah, he just seems like he's just kind of a follower. You guys
Where
could
did he touch
potentially
you?
try to use. I don't know. There might be a. You might be able to convince me of some like one of your spells that one of you guys has or something you might be able to use to try to wake up Pink or Cooper if you want to. Just saying. I think there's actually like smelling salts in the game, which I don't think any of you guys have that are actually used to wake people up. But
I have
Yeah, I don't have
anything
hallucinogens
like
and
that.
perfume.
I do
And
have
I don't
healing
have any
spells if we
spells.
think Cooper would have more information.
Yeah, definitely.
Could I use
Could we
Ard? Just shoot some blast into his face.
I think that would
could
just
we just give
make
him a few slaps or something? Try to wake him up that way?
You have any water? Splash some water on his face.
I think
Can I use Axie?
Izor
Could I like
freeze him.
reverse? Can I reverse engineer Axie and wake
Yeah,
people up instead of putting them to
what would
sleep?
actually be backwards? Xiai.
Xi.
XCI? Yeah, you could use XCI on him. No, I don't think Axie wakes people up. I think it only works
I've
on
got
a
some rope
conscious
if
mind.
we want to bind them before they become conscious again.
Yeah, up to you guys. I mean, just let me know what you want to do here. You
Set their
could
feet
also
on
just
fire, wait for 'em to wake
leave
up.
them and keep investigating. And move on, like whatever you guys want to do here. I will say that Enid, as soon as all these dwarves came in, she kind of just is like hiding back here. But after she sees that you guys are kind of talking, she starts kind of meandering over, and she's just like, "Is it safe again?"
No, back away. Get the fuck back.
Oh, okay.
Ragnar,
Any-
I believe you missed one. You missed one. There is another. It appears to be free.
I throw my Molotov.
Jesus Christ.
Everyone attack. I'm gonna search this dude,
The whole
the
place
one that
is
went
filled
down
with
first.
methane, so as soon as you light any sort of fire, everyone dies.
But I want to search the first one that went down. The captain dude.
You're gonna search him? Okay.
Yeah, search him for any letters, any
Okay.
stuff.
Give
that
me
could listen.
what's the search check? God damn it. It's
I don't know, God.
this would
You tell me.
be I think it's not awareness, but I think it is.
It's probably awareness. Yeah, you probably just do awareness.
Yeah, that's fine. That's an awareness check. How aware of you are of stuff on him?
That is 17.
Okay. Yeah, you're searching him, and you find a weapon on him. He's got his sword and a dagger, kind of standard armor. Not really armor, just kind of like thicker leather clothing, basically, which is pretty standard on most dwarves, that sort of thing.
I'm gonna take the swords off him, not to like keep, but to just disarm him, so that if he wakes up,
Just
he
kind of
can't
throw him off to the
try to
side.
attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't find any like letters, like nothing like that on him necessarily.
Nothing
Like,
to his dear sweet that we can use against him.
No. A few like coins, like the dwarven
How,
coins
how
that
many
they use
coins?
here.
How many coins?
Like a bag of like 10, 15.
I'll cop those.
Okay. And you can add 15 credits if you want to steal from him. Green does see you do it though.
Can we roll against that? Stealth check?
Green's
sure.
face is in the dirt. He's got to have a.
Yeah, his head's facing to
That's
the
true.
right though. It's not straight face down. You're not
If
sneaking
we
him.
can do a stealth check, I'll do it.
Okay, yeah, you can roll.
No, if
you
I'm
could-
holding him down, his forehead's in the dirt. Yeah,
Okay,
you go straight down with that
Okay.
shit. Yeah.
he gets a negative then. Yeah, go ahead. You can roll a stealth check.
That's only a 13.
I got a 13 too. And I think that you're defending in that scenario, so you barely can sneak that away.
Hey, there you go.
Hell yeah! I actually exploded down.
That makes sense.
Adam, what are you doing?
Being a kid.
He's being a kid. Dude, he made me laugh so hard, dude. Earlier today, we you know how at the very beginning of Monsters Inc. Whenever they do that, like the title sequence, and like one of the doors opens up, and then the woman, it's like an eyeball, and you hear a woman scream, and then it continues on with the music. That shit happened. It like opened up, and then she screamed, and then Adam just at the top of his lungs says, "Ah!" I didn't reply. It scared the shit out of me, but then I started laughing my ass off.
That's an appropriate response. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's
Just
an
copy
empathy.
the woman's scream.
All right, so what are you guys doing here?
I'd like to. I'd like to bind Green because he's conscious.
Okay. Yeah,
Smart.
you got some rope. You could take a little time and kind of bind him up and maybe like lean him against the wall or something like that. He's just kind of sitting there bound up. He just looks like he's just mad. He just doesn't like, he's kind of just, he's a bigot basically. Like he's racist and just doesn't like non-dwarves. So
Actually, no. I know what I'm doing. I'm binding him to one of these boulders, like wrapping his arms around his back, around a
Okay.
big boulder, and then having him face down so that the boulder's pressing down on him. I'm leaving him like that.
Find
Okay.
a stream nearby and slowly put him into the stream.
Jesus Christ. No streams, sorry. Okay. All right, so you've got him bound up
Searching his
really
pockets and
poorly,
everything. Getting all
or
this shit
really
out of
really well.
his possession.
But he is yeah, he's the only one that's really awake right now. So
Cool. What's he got on him?
about the same thing as Cooper. He's got his sword and a dagger as well.
Take 10 credits, dog. Take the 10 credits.
Basic leather, and he doesn't look like he had as much money. Maybe a little pouch with like five coins on him.
5 coins. Okay, I take all that.
Okay.
And I pull his pants down, so he's all embarrassed.
Damn it! What do you guys want?
Justice.
Let me go.
Embarrass you.
Sigurd is not going to like this.
We're really embarrassing you now, huh?
Got him.
Yes, if you guys think you're
Got him.
done, you can leave these guys here and can continue investigating, or you can try to talk to them more, ask them more questions. But they kind of interrupted you while you were investigating the cavern here, so you can go back to that if you want, or like I said, ask them more questions, try to wake some of them up maybe. You got a couple different options here.
Can we send someone to like the front of this cave where the ones left, just to make sure like more of them aren't coming?
Yeah, sure. Ragnar's already
I mean,
standing
would-
there, so
I was
you
gonna
can-
say, wouldn't that just be me turning around?
Yeah. You can go kind of wander down the cave a little bit and give me an awareness check if you want.
I would, if you would allow, I would like to use my Bloodhound proficient skill, to look up the other guys and maybe see maybe where they went to and see if there's some sort of hideout. I know that they're like I know all the stuff that they had mentioned, but I feel like if any more people are coming, that might be where they're coming from.
Okay. Yeah, that
Cool.
works.
And also a way to increase that proficient skill.
Yeah, for sure.
So and that goes with wilderness survival. So I would plus 11 total. 15.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of start walking out of the tunnel, and the tunnel kind of branches off in like 4 or 5 different directions, and you see fresh prints going in all of them. So it doesn't look like any specific, like any one of them, or like all 4 of them that left, like went in the same direction
In one.
necessarily.
Okay.
It kind of seems like they all just kind of ran off in random directions, just trying to
You
get
go this
away.
way. I'll go home.
Like based off what you've like learned from Green, they're not a very organized
Okay.
group, or anything like that. They just kind of a gang of douchebags,
That's fine.
basically. But yeah, I mean,
and
you could
do I
track one
hear any-
individually, but yeah, if you want to give me an awareness check, I'll let you know if you hear anything
Okay.
or notice anything coming your way.
Let's see, that's
We should let them know that God thinks they're a douchebag.
awareness.
Mhm.
See if it changes their
12,
perspective on life.
19 total.
19. Yeah.
Correct.
So you don't hear anything out of the ordinary. Like every now and then you can hear like what sounds like a pickaxe in the mine, like someone working, and maybe some rock falling. But you
Okay.
don't hear any like footsteps necessarily coming your way. Just pretty standard sounds that you would hear in the mines.
Okay, cool. I'll turn back around and tell that to the team that no, I'm not hearing anyone else coming. I think it's just going to be us for now.
Good. Cox gun.
Jesus Christ.
There's guns in this game?
There is now.
Oh no.
Did you all get Uzis?
Yeah. So what are you guys thinking here?
We learned last time that the body had been moved, and we weren't sure what the motive of that would have been or what that signified. Who was it that saw the body at a different spot? Because I remember like the 2 fugitives or whatever. saw
Yeah,
it in
so
one
where
place.
the 2 fugitives described the body being isn't where Enid said that she saw the body when you guys like came in. She kind of like pointed out where it was, but that's not where the 2 accused described the body being when they came in. So based on that, you're
Okay.
kind of thinking that maybe the body was moved after the 2 accused saw it, or
Mhm.
vice versa. But those
Do we
those
know
2 aren't
who
necessarily matching up.
discovered the 2 fugitives there with the body? Do we know who was there?
I don't think you guys know necessarily. No. Sigurd was one of the first ones there, but I don't think it was anyone in particular that found the body to start with. No.
But
So
Sigurd.
yeah, so the police captain. Yeah. He's the. I mean, they went and got. It sounds like they went and got him, whoever this was, and
Gotcha.
they
Okay.
heard a crash of the tunnel. You guys found one of these pillars here to the right.
Mhm.
Looks like it stood broken. You guys just kind of saw that from a distance, didn't necessarily go and look any more into that. But yeah, Enid confirms that Rendell's body was found near this monument. But Shaylee and Inez, who was the werebub and the Vron, accounts for the body being more at the entrance, kind of like down in here, more so.
Gotcha.
Maybe he was still alive from the initial collapse, and then they hit him with the hammer as he was trying to get out.
Could be. You guys haven't
May-
examined that
Mhm.
pillar anymore either. Just that is something that you guys could go go check out if you want.
Okay.
I think that would be useful, but I don't know if I would have anything that would.
It'd be a deduction
Benefit.
roll if you guys want to go up and check it out.
Sure. That's this one next to the dwarf.
Yeah. No, the broken one is actually over here.
Oh.
Like more to the like kind of closer to the monument.
Deduction.
Wait, which one? Which pillar are we looking at?
The one that Raish is standing at, it looks like it's the one that's kind of collapsed.
I'll do a deduction as well.
16 for deduction.
Okay. Drogo, what'd you get?
28.
Okay. So Raish, it kind of just looks like a collapsed pillar to you, but Drogo uses his Witcher senses and everything kind of goes quiet and kind of like bug-eyed as he holds right on his keyboard or on his mouse. And it's kind of like a red area that he clicks on. And he realizes that it looks like the pillar, like where it broke, is a flat plane rather than like a slanted spike, as you might expect if it naturally broke. So it looks like it was actually struck from the side, like something looks like it struck it and caused a flat plane, and then it collapsed. So it doesn't look like it's a accidental collapse. It looks like it was deliberate, like someone hit this pillar with something and caused it to collapse.
Interesting.
This was a murder.
How can you tell, oh Witcher?
See, if you look at it from this angle,
Yes, I see there's a slant that's going horizontally, like normal, yes?
oh yeah, so you got it. I'm gonna finish my lunch over here in the corner.
You guys, it was all a misunderstanding. You see the pillar, it just collapsed naturally.
Right, yo.
Wait.
Wait, so Dalton, you are eating? You need to
Yeah,
go?
I am eating really quick.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah. You can continue.
Yeah,
I'll
so
just
I mean, you
pretend
guys found
told me
that.
the right information.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys see that? You kind of see that it's so like the big things that you found in here are, the body isn't where like the body location doesn't match up. And it looks like this pillar was struck on purpose. And then just kind of behind some stalagmites to the right hand side there on the top right there, you see an entrance to a tunnel that doesn't really look like anyone's been down super recently, but you don't remember anybody talking about that tunnel beforehand, so that could lead to
Mystery
something.
tunnel.
Yeah.
Secret tunnel.
So yeah, what do you guys want to do here? So you got a couple unconscious people, tied up person, some new clues, and maybe a couple different areas to go explore.
Okay.
I'm game to come in, like go down into the secret tunnel that's in the top right. But I would like to use one of my professions or here. I don't have anything in the profession skill, but I have booby trap, which is the next one up. Would you
Ew.
allow me to set up just like a very basic one that would maybe make like a loud bang or something if someone comes behind us,
Nice.
just so that we have some warning?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily let you use that skill because you don't have any points in it yet. But you could give me like a wilderness survival. I would say that
Okay.
to survive in the wilderness, you need to be able to know how to set some basic traps for animals, that sort of thing. So you could probably jerry rig something there at the entrance to a boulder falls down or something if someone comes through.
16, 23.
Okay, yeah, more than enough. So yeah, you're able to set up like a little not necessarily like a little tripwire, but like a little thing
Yeah.
that someone
And I'm
might
not
be able to
going
see, might
for.
not be able to see. But yeah, it wouldn't kill
Yeah.
him. It would just
I'm not necessarily
rocks would
going
fall.
for causing them harm. It's mostly to alert us if someone's gonna try to.
It's like the MacGruber trap where he's got the little cup
Yeah.
of water that says you're wet.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So do you guys want to go leave these guys here and go to the tunnel?
Sure, why the
And
fuck not?
I'm planning on putting it roughly in this area.
Oh, okay. You're gonna put it at the entrance to that one, not the
That
one
way,
your
if
guys is coming.
if people are
Gotcha.
needing to come down and do work for
Fair.
this area,
Yeah, it's a
we're not.
construction site essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so yeah, if you guys go up to the tunnel, if you guys want to put yourselves over there, I'll drag Enid over here.
Yeah, I
So as
don't love just like leaving the bigots
Yeah.
here, but I also know we kind of need to do things.
Mhm.
I'm
Can I
just gonna
pick-
leave
can I
the
pick
other
one of
two
'em up?
like I did the third guy, like
You're
with
gonna
the
tie 'em
boulders
all up?
behind their back and have them face down
okay,
with a big stone weighing them down. That's what I'm gonna do.
okay,
I got plenty of rope.
perfect. That'll work. They're all tied up. A couple of them are unconscious, but doesn't think they're not gonna get away anytime soon. So yeah, you guys kind of get up to this tunnel, and it looks like it gets really narrow really quick. Like the light from inside of here is good enough to penetrate into the starting part of this tunnel, and it looks like if you would have to crawl through this tunnel, and it would be close on a dwarf, like laying down on their stomach, so it would be close for them. But any one of you that's like more built, it's definitely going to be like rubbing the top of your shoulders when you're going through here. But yeah, you guys could try to go down that if you want.
Oh, and I gotta make
Hmm.
sure my character's not claustrophobic.
Raish, you're not afraid of a tight fit, are you?
I'm not afraid of anything. No. Let's see.
And if Edie kind of sees you guys
no.
debating it,
No,
she's
no
like,
for-
I'm not going down
for-
there. There's no way I'm gonna go down that tunnel. I can't. Nope, I won't do it.
Now, we need a woman to go first and show us the way to do it properly.
I won't do it. You can't make me. Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm going back.
Axie, you're
I'm
going.
gonna just stun her. You're not a high enough level for your Axie to influence people.
Sure, I can.
Okay.
Wait, didn't we did it? We did it a few sessions ago.
Yeah, but like
We got the
that's
got
true.
the dudes to talk to us.
I did let that happen, so I take it back.
You did
let that happen.
Yeah. I'm a inconsistent god.
That's okay.
Oh God.
Yeah, and you guys think that like if you are looking there too, if you have like a bow or a long sword or anything like that, you're gonna have to like hold it out on front of you. Like you can't keep it on your back or anything like that. Like you're gonna have to like hold it out and like it's that tight.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
It appears
Drogo
to be
doesn't
some
like
sort of trap.
confined spaces.
Yes, if you guys want to go down this tunnel, just kind of line yourselves up in the way that you'd want to do it, and we can talk you through it.
Okay.
I mean,
But,
I'm
yeah.
game for it. I put myself at the head of the column because I figure I will go
biggest
first.
Yeah, and Enid, unless you guys try to persuade or reassure her or something, she is absolutely not going to go. Okay.
I don't really care if she comes or not.
Okay. All good. So so yeah, you guys start going down this tunnel. Like I said, it
Drogo,
is.
You want to talk to her?
I think Drogo is just he doesn't want to go in the tunnel. I think he said.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys start crawling down, and the first like couple of meters seem like pretty like actually like fresh and like clean. But after a little bit, you start seeing like tool marks on the wall that are like much older. And all of you guys give me an awareness check. Or the three of you give me an awareness check. Nivius might be very aware of what's going on, but he is a wolf, so.
Is he aware that he's a wolf? That's the question.
He is a werewolf, actually. No, I'm kidding. That'd be
Oh,
crazy.
oh my!
Yeah.
That'd be
Mine's
super
only
cool.
a 13.
Okay. Yeah, nothing's really
got
clicking for
a-
you.
I got a 16.
Same.
Okay, so Raish and Kaizoran, you guys can't see each other necessarily, but you both kind of come to the conclusion that it looks like you guys are following an old like vein of ore. Like it looks like this
Mhm.
tunnel was intentionally built here, and there's like you're following like an old iron vein down. It's just kind of something to be aware of. But
So
as
we
you
can
guys kind
smell
of
the iron.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and as you kind of continue down, like I said, the tunnel is super claustrophobic. Every movement and word kind of echoes throughout it. Um, and there's a couple of bends in it, and you guys kind of really struggle to get your weapons through because it's hard for them to bend in the right angle to be able to get this down. But if you continue to like kind of force them and push them ahead, you're good. But the whole time you're only thinking like there's no turning around here. Like there is no room to like maneuver and spin around or anything like that. And is Nivius just following behind you, Brendan?
Yes.
Okay, so he's just kind of back there. Nivius is having a much easier time because he's kind of lower to the ground to start with. Um, and as you guys kind of continue, kind of get the feeling that you're trending slightly downwards. And kind of when you feel like you get to the bottom of the tunnel, it's coated in like a rusty mud. It's kind of formed in like puddles. And like the water's kind of like running down the edges of the tunnel, like not a lot, but like kind of just like a dewy wetness. But it's just gross, dirty, and claustrophobic. Like it's just it's not pleasant at all to be in. Um, so yeah, you guys kind of continue downwards there. Let me grab this little bit of text here. So I didn't decide to copy that into my book. Excuse
This
me.
reminds me of a story I used to tell. And he just trails off.
Okay. So yeah, the tunnel ends at like a smooth ceiling slab with handholds chipped into it. And if you guys go and you lift that up, looks like it opens into a storeroom for mining gear, actually. So
Oh
it's kind of like
shit.
a door that opens up and it's got some mining gear in it. And you guys go in and it's filled with tools, rope, oil flasks, lanterns, all kind of arranged on some wooden shelves. And it looks like they're wrapped in some sort of like greased paper. And if you guys give me an awareness check, you might be able to or a deduction check, you might be able to figure out why that is, like why they might be wrapped in like this greased paper. And it also looks like there's like the mud that was like you guys crawled through, like that rusty mud. You just notice that it's like all over you, like all over your hands and your knees, from crawling all the way down. If you guys want to give me an awareness check or deduction, you might be able to learn a little bit more about this room that you're in here.
We appear to have discovered a smuggler's tunnel. I got a 17 deduction.
On deduction, okay.
I got a
I got a
22.
Yeah, I got a 20 after bonus.
You guys all rolled deduction.
Mine was
Oh,
awareness because I ain't
awareness.
got shit in deduction.
Okay. So those of you that rolled deduction, you would figure that the greased paper is probably used to help against corrosion. With all like the wetness and the iron that's down here, you would think that all
Mm.
this stuff might corrode a lot more. But the greased paper kind of helps to preserve it for a little bit longer. So it looks like this stuff has probably been here for a while. And those of you that rolled awareness, you kind of notice like as you enter in that it looks like there's boot prints on the ground in front of you that is like of the same mud and like kind of irony water material there on the ground. So you notice that there are some boot prints in here, so you guys aren't the first ones to come in here like fairly recently.
So the boot prints are somewhat recent.
Yeah, somewhat recent. Yep.
Okay.
I'd like to Scooby Doo after the boot prints.
Okay. Yeah. So there's only one door that leads into this place. If you guys go up to that, it's just kind of a wooden door. There's no like lock or anything on that. And when you open up that door, ironically, Ragnar actually kind of recognizes, or not Ragnar, excuse me, Raish kind of
Mm.
recognizes where you guys are,
Oh
not
shit!
super quickly, but like you guys kind of notice you
It's
come
those
out this
fucking
you guys come
thieves.
out into this room that he was in before. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you told them
Did
about this at all.
did.
But let me put you guys on this map here. Let me send you to the right layer. So yeah, you guys kind of come out of this tunnel here from the south, and you look to your right, Dylan, and you're like, I've been here before. Like this is where I followed what
The
was their
one dude.
names? Yeah, Brodgar and Loda. Like they kind of ran back into here. So it kind of looks familiar, and there's this light on here, and it kind of sounds like there might be a couple dwarves in here, and that's the one
Yeah,
that they
I was right
um,
there.
they
Fucking
actually yeah
Dementor.
yeah. So they actually yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's the one that they ran into.
Yep.
Only one of us had been here before and was able to tell us exactly where we are.
Wait, no,
Yeah.
no.
So
It,
again,
it
the
was
only yeah,
a.
it leads into this room. It's full of stalagmites and stalactites, and you can see rougher tunnels kind of leading into the other mines. And smears of dried grime in the corridor indicate that whoever left the tunnel did come through here. And it doesn't look like those smears extend like much farther than this. Like there's so much foot traffic around in here that it's almost impossible to tell where that specific set of footprints went. But yeah, again, where those rock formations have been cleared, 3 stone bunkhouses have been constructed, incorporating some of the rubble into their structure, with uneven chunks mortared together. It looks like these bunkhouses have windows, and then one lights shine through. And again, yeah, this is that same room that Raish found earlier.
Yep. So I let the two next to me know that that house with the light, that is the one with the thieves that we had encountered earlier. I followed them back here, and that is where they currently reside.
Awesome.
Perhaps
What do you
they're
Are
guys?
more
they
involved than we thought.
did they crawl like long enough to not be able to like yell back through the cave? What's on the other side?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty far. Like I mean it's a pretty tight tunnel, so one of them might be able to go back and like yell through if one of them thought of that necessarily. You could try to yell through too, but you're not sure if that if that door was there. They went through a stone hatch and a door. They might not be able to hear you, but if they went back, you could probably hear them.
I could be irresponsible and use my magic to teleport back.
'Cause my process is like if I can know about it, I'll be able to come in through the other entrance, and then we'd have both entrances unlock, just in case.
Yeah,
Well,
I
then
mean
yeah, I could.
it was a hell of a maze to get through. Like I don't even think that Raish thinks that he could do it again. Like go back
No,
to the same way
I
and
know where I am, and I
yeah.
know that where we went, so I could go through out the entrance that I went in last time,
Yeah, you were
and
just
then
like
just loop
directly
back around.
following the person, though. I mean, you could certainly try, but it wouldn't be as just. It would be a check or two, because you were following someone, and the mines are dark and confusing and the same. So, without
Mm.
you specifically following someone, you probably couldn't
Okay.
get back super easily. Not saying that you couldn't. You definitely could try, but it might not be a
Caves are dark
just
and full
turn
of
left.
stalactites.
Yeah, it's not just
Question.
like a 2 lefts and a right type of deal.
Um, of the thieves, uh, that we ran into before and
Uh-huh.
ran back to this area,
Mhm.
do we remember if any of them had were covered? Because I would assume that those of us who climbed through that tunnel are probably covered in this mud now.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Can we think back on like if we remember seeing them now that we have new information?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely remember seeing them. But yeah, if you want to give me an awareness or a deduction roll, you can kind of think back and see if you remember
hit me with
seeing
awareness one more
any mud or
time.
anything on them.
Could Raish make a streetwise roll to try and remember his way back?
It would be streetwise or maybe wilderness survival. If he was thinking, and this is just
I
me
have
talking out loud,
paced the area.
if you were thinking about wanting to get Kaizorn, you would probably think it easier just to go yell back through the tunnel and tell him to come down. I mean, it was tough to
Sure.
get through, but it wasn't like hard necessarily.
Right.
You would just have to
just
leave for a little bit.
Drogo has a crippling fear of being confined.
That's fair. Claustrophobic. Yeah, do what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to try
Yeah,
to make your
I
way
mean,
back
whenever
through,
I
you certainly could.
recognize this place, yeah, I can go back and I can tell him
Yeah,
that
if you want to.
it's the spot where I saw the thieves, because I talked to him specifically earlier about it.
Yeah, if you want to give me a wilderness survival to see if you can make your way back through, I'll go ahead and tell you it's going to be a
Yeah,
DC 17.
Wilderness survival. Okay.
I'll race
Yeah.
you, and I think Case Oran's gonna teleport.
There we go.
Okay. And you just have to not fumble on that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Uh-oh.
Well, and I rolled a 3, so I didn't fumble.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank God.
So yeah, you poof back to Crusader's Cavern. And can you bring people through with you?
Nope.
So you poof back
Shit.
and you tell him what would you say? What are you doing when you go back?
Drogo.
And it
Uh.
kind of scares the shit out of you. What are you doing, Drogo,
would-
when you come back actually?
Pick him a nose.
Okay. And Enid's there with you too, so you could be talking to her or whatever.
Yeah, I'm having a full-on conversation. Just like at least a knuckle in while I'm talking to her.
Okay.
She's
I'm
picking her
sorry.
nose too.
I didn't mean to disturb you. I'll wait till you're done.
No, we're just. Oh, no, we're just finishing up. I wipe some snot on my snot
Yes,
rag and
there
put
was
it away.
something important. I swear. There's something I was going to. Hold on. Let me go check on the. Let me go ask again. No. No.
Wouldn't put it past you, to be honest.
What's your intelligence score?
No, it's pretty high. Yeah, Kai Soren's smart, but he's kind of a
Old.
pain sometimes.
He's just
Yep.
got dementia.
He's
Yep.
an old man.
It's fine. But
It's all an
no,
Right
he's
here,
act.
we'll
just
watch
like
him.
It's like
he's like,
Yoda. and
don't
Dagobah.
worry. Raish is going to be here soon with the question that you're going to be asked, and the information that I was supposed to share.
Okay, so Kaisorin is poofed away.
When was the toga party?
And Raish, are you trying to go back through the tunnels?
Yeah, you wanted me to roll something?
Yep, wilderness survival to try to get through DC 17.
You said DC 17. That's
Uh-huh.
that's a high. It's high. I have a base 11, so I'll need a 6. Um,
See some
so-
luck.
yeah, I'll just use all my luck. I have 5 luck. I'll roll to see if I fumble or not. 4, cool. So yeah,
Okay, so yeah, you just get really lucky and take the right turns, the right lefts, and the right rights. Yeah, okay, perfect.
How long does it take?
Probably takes 10, 15 minutes to run through if you're running.
I think 14 minutes later, I think Kai Soren's gonna get tired of waiting. He's gonna be like, hold on, I'll just go back and check on them, and he's gonna teleport back to the other side.
Okay. Give me another roll and hope you don't fumble.
I got a 7
Okay.
nice.
for a total of 22.
35.
Okay. If you come back, you see that Raish isn't here, but Nivius seems pretty happy to see you again.
No,
Oh.
it's okay, buddy.
Seems pretty happy, but
But in reality,
well,
he has a new master. It's Ragnar.
I always keep this bacon in my pocket for such an occasion.
Smart.
Yeah, roll persuasion.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Raish, you make it all the way back. And I imagine that like at the last second you see Kaizorin like step through a portal. Like, what was
It's
he
like,
doing?
ah, I beat you.
And you can lead Drogo back here.
All right. I light a candle. I give it to Drogo. I assure him it's gonna be okay. I rolled deceit.
There's a lot going on.
Do you have a blanket? Do you have a blanket you can put over my shoulders?
Oh, I might actually have something. I have a lot of gear. I have cold weather clothing. I put my my coat around Drogo and give him a
Okay.
candle, and I light it for him with
It's gonna be
my
okay,
flint and
buddy.
steel.
It's gonna be okay.
What is happening?
We're having a moment. I use my bullseye lantern to light the way,
Yeah.
and we make our way through. And I
Mhm.
use my
Do you have some hot cocoa you can give me while I sip on that with both hands around the mug?
we'll get cocoa later, buddy.
Okay.
And I give him my water skin in the meantime.
So it takes you guys like 30 minutes to get back. It sounds like you're doing a lot. You're not running necessarily anymore, Race. You're just kind of walking back with them. But
By
you
the
guys
time
do
we
get
get back to Drogo's totally fine. Like nothing that we just said affected him.
Okay. Okay, so you guys get back. You're all together again. What do you guys want to do? So it sounds like you see smoke coming out of the top of the lit bunkhouse, almost like there's like something's being cooked inside. But other than that, you just hear the normal sounds of the mines. It sounds like there might be people working deep inside the tunnels, but nothing else really going on here right now.
Is there anything in this this pond here? Can I do like a awareness to see if there's anything in it?
Sure.
Never know if they threw like a weapon that they used or something in there. You never
Certainly
know.
try. Yeah.
Worth a shot. $21.
Yeah, it looks like there's probably some rocks in there.
Kind of rocks.
Suspicious.
And a small beluga whale. No, I'm kidding.
Oh man.
Oh.
Quick question, and
Uh-huh.
if this is something I'll need to roll for, let me know. I remember it was said that the pillar was broken, is hit by something and broken to make like like a flat plane on it.
Plane. Yep.
Is that going to take like a large hammer or anything like that? Like, because I would assume that would take a pretty large hammer. So I'm gonna be looking for a very large hammer in a place that it wouldn't normally be.
Okay. Yeah.
As
Yeah. It wouldn't be like
someone
a
throwing
sword
something
or anything like that. Like you would think it would have to be some sort of a blunt weapon, and probably not a pickaxe, because like a pickaxe would leave more of like a dent. But
Yeah,
you
like a
didn't
chip.
see any like a chip. Like yeah. So it looks like it was probably some large weapon with a flat side to it. Yeah.
So is that's what my primary focus is going to be. It looks like there are some regular mining tools like at the entrances of these little shacks.
Uh-huh. Like some tools
But
laying around. Mhm.
I'm gonna be trying to I'll be looking around trying to see if someone threw a large hammer somewhere where it wouldn't normally be.
Okay. Yeah, so if you start looking around and you guys are kind of meandering around, um, just a little bit into it, like if you kind of go pick or something up or look around, all of a sudden two dwarves actually walk out of this house, and it's not Brodgar and Loda actually. Um, so two dwarves walk out. One of them has reddish hair and kind of a sandy beard. It's cut shorter than traditionally. And then the other one has a shaved head and a long beard that they look like they wear kind of away from their chest. Um, and they go, "Well, who might you be?" And they look a little like spooked, like what the like. There's some not dwarfs just kind of wandering around our area here, like what's going on? But they don't look like necessarily scared, just kind of like, oh, what the fuck is going on?
We're members of the Night Watch, here to investigate this pond. Looks good.
And
Just
they
night fishing.
go, well, my name's Yesnabi, and this is Inkster. And by the way, they kind of introduce themselves. It looks like they're probably together, like a couple. And they're like, "Well, I mean, you said you're part of the Night Watch. What is? We aren't familiar with that." And they're kind of looking at each other like, "What the fuck is going on?"
It's a watch, but it's only at night.
Oh, well, is there anything that we can do to help?
Yeah, have you seen a really big hammer laying around?
I mean, there's all sorts of hammers. It's part of traditional mining gear. Any particular hammer that we should be looking for? And they kind of look
Or
like
rather,
they like have like a helpful demeanor about them, but they're also like like ready to be done with this. Like we're cooking right now, and like we gotta get this done before the festival starts. Kind of a
you
vibe.
just started talking. Assholes. Wind's howling.
Okay.
Oh, do I remember? Do we know the names of the two thieves?
Yeah, Loda and Brodgar were the two
Loda and
two people that you ran into before.
And these people came out of the same house as the light, or no?
Yep.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, well, actually, Loda and Brodgar went to this middle one, which also had its light on at the time. But
Oh,
so
really?
they're in a different one. Yeah.
Oh, well, I had listened in on some sort of conversation. I thought
Yeah.
it was
Yeah. I
theirs.
think it was in the middle one,
Brodar,
or if it wasn't, I'm
Lo-
retconning it
Loda,
to be in the middle one.
Okay.
Dopper D and Baba.
Diem.
Yeah, is ask them. They'll remember.
I think
Yeah, if you guys want to ask
Kazoran had a
about
stroke. Someone poke him.
Loda and Brodgar, you certainly can.
What?
So if you want to
If we
ask
want to
about
ask about them, we can.
you certainly can. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do.
They go, "Oh, yes, Loda and Brodgar live right here," and then they go, and Knave and Magnus live just in the one just down. Do you need us to fetch them? We certainly can for you. They're out working right now. They're in the mines.
No, that won't be necessary now. Now, please tell me who all has access to this here cave system, and I point to the small entrance that we came out of.
And they go, "Oh, hardly nobody uses the storeroom anymore. I believe there's an old tunnel. It doesn't lead anywhere, though, to my knowledge. But, I mean, anyone would have access to it. There's no locks on those doors. But we mostly use the two tunnels," and they kind of point to the two other tunnels here, as that's where our main work is done.
Yes,
But
of course. Do I see any of that iron wetness about them?
on those two in particular, no. But I mean, it kind of looks like that general dirtiness is kind of everywhere at this point inside here. Like they're
Yeah.
mining the same sort of thing. You're in a deep mine now, so you don't see any. I guess kind of just everywhere.
Have you all seen any other non-dwarves coming through here?
Oh no,
Besides,
you four,
Hmm.
and that wolf. That is incredible, terrifying. No, wait, you might be the first non-humans to ever be in here, actually, to my knowledge. And Yesnebe kind of looks to Inkster and is just like, "Will you go check on the food?" And Yesnebe's like, "We really, like, I'd be happy to go get the rest of the people, but we really need to be getting back to work. Big festival, you know."
I look to the others for social guidance.
Yeah, go Nave's
Drogo
the
looks as if he's dealing with a child.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, and they're
Okay.
like, "Naven's the shift boss here, and like I said, he lives next door with Magnus." And then, or excuse me, they live at the very end, and Loda and Brodgard live right here. They kind of point to the middle one. Like I said, they're all at working right now, though.
Okay, we can at least go and talk to the thieves. Or see if
Yeah,
they're
so
home.
Yesnebe's like, kind of leans inside, and he's like, "Be right back, Inkster," and he kind of, he starts kind of walking off to the north. You guys are welcome to follow him, but it seems like he's probably just going to get everyone. But if you guys just kind of wait here for a little bit, he'll walk to the north and he'll kind of come back with Knave and Magnus. And he's like, 1 moment. And they just kind of look at you guys weirdly. And then he kind of walks off to the center and comes back with Loda and Farrig. Or Loda and Brodgar. Brodgar's last name's Farrig. That's why I said that. But yeah, you come through. And like you said, like they said earlier, Knave's the shift boss here. And he shares a bunkhouse with Magnus. Knave, his beard is a striking platinum blonde and is heavily oiled. He's kind of average height and build. But his eyes are kind of always darting back and forth, like he's looking out for hazards. He's kind of measured in that way. Um, and Magnus is looks like a little bit older. Seems like they might have been down here for a while. They don't really seem to want to talk much. But he's just kind of quiet, sit in the background. And then again, Loda and Brodgar kind of come through too. And as soon as he sees you guys, or as soon as Brodgar sees you guys, at least, you can tell that he recognizes you, and he's just like, "Oh shit, they're here to like, you know, we're in trouble. Like we're clearly in trouble here."
Yeah,
But
we
Loda,
didn't have the best of interactions the last time we saw them.
yeah, and Loda kind of sees you, and is like almost seems like more annoyed, like "Fuck, here we go again." Yeah, so you guys are certainly welcome to ask people stuff and kind of talk around or whatever you want to do here. All 6 of them are here. Like I said, yes, and V's kind of still standing outside, but Inkster's inside working on some food. But that's kind of what's going on here. So again, you have Knave and Magnus, and then Loda and Brodgar.
Look, I'm gonna look at them again to see if anybody now has the stuff on them.
Okay.
The dirt.
Iron dirt.
Yeah, give me an awareness.
I got a 19
20.
with awareness.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like all of them do. Like they've all
Okay.
been working in the mines here. Some more than others, maybe, but it kind of seems to be pretty common there. It was pretty clear that nobody had, like, they don't go in that storeroom very often. Like that's kind of the thing that you guys noticed. Like there wasn't very many tracks in there. It's almost like a clue that you wouldn't like. It doesn't click right away. Like there's a lot of tracks in here, but only a few in there. So someone's clearly been in there. But it kind of seems like they all have that about them. Like that's just kind of a result of being working in these mines.
Can I like
Right, but I
ready?
mean, being covered in dirt and stuff because you're working in the mines is different than it will be a different type of dirty than someone who
Crawled through.
crawled through
Okay,
that
yeah,
that's
area.
fair.
Because if they're
It
crawling
would go
through
down
that
their shirt and
area,
shit.
yeah, like they're
Yeah.
the front of their, I guess. But I mean, that also would make sense that they would change it almost immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys
Are-
if that's kind of more what you're looking for, like it on their like shirt and like on their like arms, like forearms, that sort of thing.
How about
Mhm.
in their hair too? Because I
Yeah.
imagine like crawling through their hair would have gotten got.
Mhm.
Yeah, nothing in particular. Like Knave and Magnus look a little bit cleaner, maybe. Like I said, Magnus has been kind of as a veteran, so maybe he's got a better look about himself, and Knave is the shift boss. So if you had to pick out the dirtiest people, it'd probably be Loda and Brodgar. But I mean, Yesnabi and Inkster look like they've been more cooking today rather than out in the mines, so that doesn't necessarily stand out to you. But Loda and Brodgar are kind of younger. So they do look a little bit more dirty.
I'd kind of corner just those two away
Okay.
from everyone else. Just say you two. What do you?
Sorry, I just had a thought with the boots that came out of that area that we saw that they went through somewhat recently.
Mhm.
Are they dwarf size or are they bigger?
They look to be about dwarf size. Yeah.
Okay. I had just thought,
That's
had a
yeah. No,
thought
that's a
of
good question.
we might
There,
be looking for not a
truly,
dwarf.
there's not a big difference between. Like, it'd be really hard to tell. Dwarves don't really have drastically different sized feet or wear drastically different sized shoes than
Figured
people.
they would for humans. Then
Yeah. I mean, they have to wear just boots. if
Hobbits,
they're-
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what you guys. Yeah, but if you try to corner Loda and Brodgar again, Brodgar looks get like nervous because he's like, "Fuck, we're gonna get caught for the stealing again," and Loda just kind of seems grumpy. But yeah, certainly can feel free to ask them questions.
Yeah, I ask him, what do you two know about that storeroom?
And they go, "Well, as far as Loda's like, as far as I know, no one's been in that storeroom for months. We have all the gear we need out here. Why would we need to go in there?"
Are you sure you haven't been through there?
Yep. Yeah, pretty damn sure. She being
You're awfully dirty.
whoa.
Thank you.
I
And she
didn't
looks
mean
around.
that as
She's
a
like,
compliment.
she kind of looks around like, it's a damn mine. Of course we're dirty.
But you're dirtier than the rest. Why?
Sorry, we got the shitty shift. We really
Shitty
need to be
shift
getting
doing
back to
what?
work. You guys could certainly look around if you want.
Shitty shift doing what? What were you doing exactly?
Mining, damn it. She kind of
Mining
points
what?
down the tunnel. Iron.
Iron what?
And she kind of looks at you like, "Are you a fucking idiot? What do you mean iron what?" And you're like, iron swords. I'm mining iron swords out of the wall."
Doesn't sound realistic at all.
And are you talking to both of them at the same time, or are you splitting them
Yeah,
those two
yeah,
up
both
even
of them,
more?
both of them.
Okay, I didn't know if you split them up too.
No.
Okay.
I can't
come
make
in
like a
as
perception
they,
to see if they're lying or not.
Oh, yeah, human. It'd be human perception works on.
Human
I'm gonna come in with like a I don't know charisma, I guess, and be the good cop. Be like, "Hey, buddy, oh, I'm sorry, he's a bit of a hothead. Is he giving you trouble?
You
Don't
talking to
mind
both of
him."
them or just one of them? I just make sure like there's.
Whichever one he was just talking to.
Okay, Loda was answering, but it sounds like he was talking to both of them. I just say that because I do have stuff for everyone that I want to talk about. I can talk about.
Okay,
That they know.
then yeah,
so.
the weaker one, the one that's worried. I wrap my arm around him and be
Okay,
like,
Brodgar. Yeah,
"Hey,
the
sorry, buddy."
youngest member
Yeah,
of the crew that
youngest,
looks
the
like
easiest,
nervous,
yeah.
like he's in trouble.
There you go. But yeah, I'm just like, sorry about him. He's a bit of a hothead. You'd let me know if you knew like who had access to that storeroom, who might have been in the storeroom, that sort of stuff. You can let me know that, right?
We all have access to it. It's not locked by any means. It's just, and he kind of points around to like the front where like all their piles of gear. So he's like, we just have no reason to go in there.
Can we offer him gum as like a incentive to tell us the truth?
Who has access to that storeroom? Has anyone been in there recently?
He goes, "Damn it, old man! How many times do I have to tell you? We all do. It's just a wooden door."
What's your name, son?
I'm Brodgar.
You're going to be Narrowgar if you don't stop
Wind's
being
howling.
more upfront with us.
And if you guys are like kind of cornering them, like talking in the background, Magnus is still in the back, like he's kind of off to the side, but he's like the really like the older dwarf, and he's just kind of listening, and he just kind of like is like talking to himself in the background, and he goes, "There are dark things in the shaft. All you have to do is listen for them, and you can find them."
The hell are you saying, old man?
What?
He said something about listening to his shaft.
And dark things.
He goes, "I've been around for a while. Many things, many people move throughout these tunnels. You just have
You
to
gotta
listen
move
for them."
through the shaft. Gotta work.
Are you suggesting there be monsters?
Oh, sometimes the monsters are among us. But yeah, the occasional drowner pops up here too. I was trying to think of something. Catacat. I've even heard rumors of a fiend once. Don't know how, damn it, those things are so
Jesus.
big.
So obscene.
Oh.
And he kind of wanders back. He just kind of starts walking back towards his hut.
Drogo follows at a distance.
Okay.
You ever catch him?
I mean, you can follow him. He just kind of goes into his
I mean,
room.
if he goes into his room, then I just want to like listen outside of his, like, kind of meditate to listen outside of his room,
Okay.
see what goes on in there.
Can you imagine just like an everyday like, you're, like walking back to your house and some guy just like follows behind you like
Kind of
like
sits on your
5
front
steps
porch.
back and then just sits there and just like is clearly listening at the door like, excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were home. That's so unusual. Walks away.
Yeah, so you guys are just kind of chatting people up here. Like yes, Nabi like really looks like he's like, why we need to get the fuck back. Like all of us need to get back to work. So he's just kind of helpfully suggests he's like, you guys can certainly like feel free to go inside and check around. Like, but we really got to get back to work here. Like if you don't have anything specific that you need to ask us, certainly feel free to look around. And go ahead and give me a human perception check after he says that.
All perception humans. I failed.
Yeah, I got a 10.
Said perception.
Yeah, human perception.
Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna try. I have zeros.
Okay. Ragnar? Have any
Sorry, I'm also I'm also eating a little something.
You're good.
Human perception plus a
Help us, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
everyone else?
uh
I exploded down, so I can't get above 10.
21. I exploded up.
Very
21
nice.
human
Very
perception.
nice. Yeah, so after that suggestion, you kind of can tell that Brodgar's not super happy with that suggestion. Like he's kind of seemed nervous the entire time, but you could tell that after yes, Nabi made the suggestion to go search the bunkhouses so they can get back to work, that he's not super into that.
Good to know.
Yeah, but if you guys want to search those, again, the bunkhouses each kind of stand upon pillars with stairs leading up to the door. They're kind of each of a similar layout: 2 cots and alcoves with privacy provided by a heavy curtain. The front of each bunkhouse has a small stove and seating where they take their meals. And the bunkhouses are floored with stone flags, which get moved around from job to job. And if you go inside the rooms, you can see that each dwarf has like a footlocker at the end of their cot for a few personal belongings. And it looks like there's like a flagstone kind of in front of each of the beds there too. So yeah, you can certainly go and search around the rooms if you want, or inside the cave too. You haven't really looked around the cave too terribly much before they kind of came out, or you keep asking people questions. I got a whole checkbox full of stuff that can be
Since
learned. So
since Brodgar looked a little not
He's the guy
happy
that we caught
about
stealing, right?
Brodgar and Loda were caught stealing, but Brodgar's
Yeah.
kind of the youngest one that when you guys kind of and he looked a little bit nervous.
since he looked nervous, I would like to check out his and what's her name, the other chick that he's with. There, I would like to check their bunks. Like, I'm not going straight for him.
Okay,
But
yeah,
I'm
I mean you can
definitely
just
going
go to
to
their
be.
bunkhouse first if you want, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, you guys go in, and yeah, you can kind of look around. If you guys want to, I know we're doing a lot of awareness checks here, but you could certainly give me another awareness check.
I'm gonna ask Brodgar, I'm like, what are you concerned that my companion is going to find? He's quite good at searching, you know.
What do you mean? I'm not concerned about anything.
Look on your face says otherwise.
I don't know what
I'm
you're
very
talking about.
perceptive.
Very perceptive.
Uh, first awareness is 16. Yeah, 16.
Okay. With a 16, you kind of open up Loda's Loda's trunk and just find some clothes in there, mostly clean. Maybe some of them a little bit more dirty than others.
Oh.
Is it the same kind of
Yeah, same kind of dirt
dirtiness
that
that
seems.
that we've seen so
Yeah.
far, or because, like I said before, I'm gonna be definitely looking for like really covered in mud in the front of their
Yeah.
shirt and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
For sure. Yep. No, nothing like that jumps out at you
Nothing like
necessarily.
that. Okay.
A lantern in there, some standard clothes, but nothing really out of the ordinary.
And this was
and
in their Foot Locker.
yeah, this is in Loda's Footlocker, and pretty much the same for
Right.
Broadgar's
Broadgar, there we are.
ones as well too.
Um,
Does anybody else inside search too want to roll an awareness as well, or just
Yeah,
Just-
I'll roll one.
Okay.
Just to
just
look around.
for knowing, so I'm not like trying to bark up the wrong tree. Are these Foot Lockers big enough for things like a large hammer to be hidden, or is it pretty much just small enough for clothes type of
Yeah,
thing?
you wouldn't think like if you're specifically at like you thinking about like Cursetter's hammer, like you wouldn't be able to hold like a whole like pickaxe or like a whole
Well,
like hammer
okay,
like
yeah,
Cursetter's hammer or anything like that.
I'm looking for a large hammer again out of place that struck down
Ah, okay.
the
Yeah, you
the
wouldn't think that
pillar.
something that big would be able to fit in there necessarily.
Okay, gonna be smaller than that. Good
Mm.
to know.
But I did get a 21 on my awareness, just to.
Okay. Yeah, with a 21, so you're kind of walking around and you walk from Loda to Broadgar's um trunk, and when you walk by like in front of Broadgar's trunk, like the flagstone, like the stone that's like underneath the trunk, it kind of like wiggles a little bit more than you would expect. Like it kind of dips down, like it's not in there super solid.
Okay.
You don't say.
And it kind of
I
looks
like-
like there might be like you know like when you like two big stones kind of rub against each other, like it kind of dusts and kind of like scrapes like that. You kind of see some like it
Mhm.
looks like it's been moved recently.
Okay. I go ahead and move that.
Okay. That's gonna be it's a pretty big stone, so it's gonna be like a strength check here, which is the equivalent of I believe it's just a physique check. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can have if you want to have anybody help you too, you guys like, you know, both lift it up. So
Yeah, I do a quick whistle over to Ragnar.
This
Okay.
looks like a job for Kaisorin. Stand back.
Alright, Physique.
oh, Dalton's internet crashed. I just realized. Are you
Yeah.
back, Dalton?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
back.
sorry. I didn't read that message earlier. Okay. Sorry.
Got a dirty 20.
I got a 17.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are more than able to lift that stone up. And like again, like these flagstones are like what make up the floor. So you raise up the flagstone and now you can basically like crawl under the bunkhouse if you want.
Sneaky fuck.
But you see like a sack. It looks like you're not sure what it is. But yeah, if one of you wants to crawl down there, there's probably space for one of you to really squeeze in. They're kind of similar to the tunnel before, but it's going to be pretty tight. But one of you could go down there and check that if you want.
I put my hand out, palm up, and then I pound on it with my other hand in a rock paper scissor form
Okay.
at Ragnar.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys play it right now.
It's pick stone contract.
Okay.
You know the rules.
We'll just
All
1,
right.
2, 3, and then say
Pick
one of the
stone
three.
contract shoot.
Pick
Rock.
stone contract. Okay, cool.
Or rock,
Okay.
paper,
I'm ready.
scissors, if you want.
1,
rock.
2, 3, rock.
Yeah, I had rock. Sorry, my brain's doing 3 other things. Do this one more time.
1, 2, 3.
Scissors. Okay, so I lost.
So you
I will go in.
Do-
I assume then.
No, Ray starts crawling under. Like, yes.
Oh, okay.
All right.
It was.
So I don't know.
It was
you
the
can
winner
definitely-
goes in, or what?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
the
cool
winner
with
goes
whatever.
in. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just really excited about going under. I don't care whoever goes under. You guys.
I blame Austin. He's
I
the one
just-
who forced us to play it.
I just said that.
We could have rolled for it, but that was fun.
Yeah.
Okay,
what do
yeah.
I
So so if you crawl under there, you find a sack. And inside that sack, it looks like there's like some gold and small gems. And you also find a
What are you talking
letter.
about? I don't see anything.
Oh, okay. But you inside the sack, then you find a letter, and in the letter, it's talking about the priceless nature of Cursetter's hammer, and the letter looks to be
Ooh.
addressed to a Master Farrig, and is signed Caddick of Aldersburg. And underneath that, you see like another sack, like a little bit deeper in, kind of almost buried underneath the dirt. And it's an uneven bundle of sackcloth, and it turns out to actually be what you can only guess is the hammer itself, bound tightly in rope.
Oh shit! Nice. Can I appraise it real quick? Is that a thing I can do? I see how much
Not
this thing is
necessarily,
worth?
but you would already know that it's like the letter says it's priceless. And after talking to the gnome beforehand, you know how valuable the hammer is and how like important it is to this dwarven culture thing. So yeah, you have some pretty hard evidence here.
Yeah. I go ahead and. How big is the hammer?
It's pretty good size. It's like a war hammer. Like it's like a
Yeah.
dwarven war hammer.
Okay.
So I mean, it's decent sized.
Oh, so you're saying I can't just sneak it into my pocket?
Nope,
Damn it.
no hiding this.
Maybe if you and I just stand next to each other for the rest of the time, we can.
We'll just keep it behind our backs. No, don't look over here. Nothing special going on here.
We found this letter though. Isn't this crazy?
Does Drogo hear anything from this old man's house?
Nope. Just kind of looks like they might be like taking off their gear. Like
Can I
like
stand through the window?
Yeah. You go in, you see a naked old dwarf changing clothes.
You dirty bastard.
You were looking in his house.
Mm.
All right, so you have this stuff now. What do you want to go outside and say something, accuse someone? What are you thinking here?
I have the warhammer with me, and I have this letter like in my left hand, and I walk past Kaisorin and I give him the letter. I like hand it to him as I walk by, and then I
Oh, wait, she appeared to have dropped something.
I'm just walking towards the spaz.
Why are you
Yes, man.
continuing to walk away? Hello?
He's like, I can't read.
It's like,
Read
"Have
the
fun,
room,
paper."
Soren.
Oh, okay. Of course. I will take this and I will read the
Yeah,
things
there's
that are
no way my
inscribed upon it.
character can read.
And do you accept the lies?
Oh my god.
I hear that
There
being
appears to be a conspiracy of sorts.
Mhm.
Do you say anything to
do.
Brodgar?
No, Brodgar's the little kid.
Yeah.
Brodgar's
I
the
just
other
dropped the hammer in front of him at his feet.
You
He
wanna put the
goes,
hammer down?
I put the
What?
hammer down. Drop the mic on him.
Where'd you find that?
Under
think
your
you-
bunk.
Oh,
You
well,
conniving fuck.
it's-
You sack.
that's that.
Shit.
He kind of
Sack of
looks
what?
around as the rest of the people that are there, and he goes, "It's all just a big misunderstanding. I was there. Yeah, I saw Rendell talking to those soldiers, so I just hit it. I didn't know what to do, but I knew they must be after Crusader's hammer. But it's just my honest duty to get to it before they did. I did what anyone would have done. I just wanted to keep it safe while the investigation was going on."
No,
Why
it is,
didn't you
it is
hand it
your
into someone
responsibility.
who would actually keep it safe, like the authorities?
You foolish child.
I
Um,
say,
Yeah, if you guys...
Rodgar, did you or did you not put your name in the goblet of fire?
Calmly.
Quietly.
He's so calm right now. That's so weird. I've never heard Soren be that calm.
And if you guys want a recap of the evidence that you have right now, just want to use that. So
Recap.
the evidence that you guys have so far, if you guys need a reminder of everything that, because we've been
Yeah.
doing this for a while. So there's only one normal way to access Crusader's Cavern. You guys
Mhm.
just found this extra tunnel here. That tunnel was linked to the Norby storeroom. You guys could see that there was a trail of footprints that led out of the storeroom into this cavern. You found the impact marks on the broken support pillar that were flat, that indicated it was broken. The head wound that killed Rendell was square and regular, which was inconsistent with any sort of a rock fall. You just found Crusader's hammer under Brodgar's cot. You found a letter discussing the hammer was addressed to him. And then Shelly and Nunez, which again were the Vran and the Werebub, maintained they never made it even as far as Crusader's Cavern. And them surviving seems to confirm that. So if you want to use any of that evidence here to accuse Brodgar or whatever, I mean, that's just, that's what you have right now. That's kind of everything that's led you to where you're at right now.
Tell me,
So
son.
this is
Did you
basically
steal
the
this
murder
hammer?
weapon.
If you did, I will teleport away with you. Just like I promised those other guys that you accused of it.
You just throw a snowball at him.
He goes, I don't think that you could teleport with other people.
You don't know that. You don't know how magic works. Shut up.
He
Oh,
might.
contraire.
Oh my god.
And he teleports away. No. No, but if you guys start accusing him of these things, he just kind of goes pale and looks around, kind of appealing, especially to the veteran dwarf, almost like he knows him
What-
pretty well.
What
I
does
think
the
someone
veteran
used
dwarf
him.
say about all this?
He's just been kind of quietly standing in the background, almost like he wasn't surprised.
We don't know the other people's names, right? Or the other people who are named specifically in the letter. One of the guys sounds like he's probably from a different town.
Yeah, Aldersburg is
is
the city outside.
But what wasn't
Was
wasn't the letter addressed to someone?
It was addressed to Farag, which is Brodgar's last name.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Well, that's
Yeah,
damning.
his name is Brodgar Farag. You guys knew that, but I've just been
Farag,
saying.
Farag.
Listen here, Ferrig.
Uh-oh.
So I do
Well,
find
there's
it a
big
little
trouble
odd
now,
that
mister.
the other people in here are not shocked by it. I feel like this should be something that they're not necessarily devastated, but something that they're gonna be
Appalled.
Yeah,
really
I mean, if you
shocked by
guys-
because it's a kid they know.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys would have
stole
talked to them
this-
more and asked them about people, you would have learned some more and maybe
Do
understood
some
a little bit
investigative
more. Yeah.
journalism.
Gotcha.
Investigated a little bit more. There was 8 or 9 things.
More to it
Yeah,
that-
I
okay.
had. Yeah. But yeah, if you
Okay.
guys start accusing him, he kind of goes pale and looks around. He's kind of looks like he was almost trying to appeal to everyone. He goes, "This is all just so unfair. You keep trying to protect the other outsiders. It's not like I was going to keep the hammer. I was going to put it back and no one would have been the wiser. I'm the real hero here. It was all an accident. Brindle shouldn't even have been there. And if he hadn't, then I'd have been away by now. I just wanted a life, that's all. Somewhere away from the mines and the snow and the boredom. A little nest egg. That's all I needed. I met friends this year when I was on Drekthag. And you guys know that Drekthag's a year away from
Like Rumspringa type
yeah,
of thing.
exactly. Yep, just like that.
Yeah.
How are you planning on getting the hammer back and
would've-
also getting this nest egg? You would have to sell the hammer to get this nest egg.
I had a whole plan. I was going to fool the man who he already paid me, and I have the hammer. I was half then, half later, and he's. If you guys were my real friends, you would believe me. They said they could set me up in a shop of my own. I just need to get a little bit of gold to put my share in, and that's all. They were gonna be so many outsiders. I thought, and tears kind of start welling up in his eyes. But they kind of seem to be more for himself, not necessarily for the Rendell who died. And his shoulders
child
kind of
appears to
slump.
be the criminal mastermind.
His shoulders kind of slump, and his steps are heavy as his crewmates seem to grab his arms, and they're like, "I think we should probably take him down."
Yep.
and the group like down to Sigurd, and the group forms kind of a somber procession to
Do it.
Sigurd.
Make your
Yeah.
money whore.
And if you guys take him down to Sigurd and kind of explain what's going on, he orders that Brodgar be removed from his bunk and put in a cell to face punishment later. And the last thing that you kind of
Push
see
his
is
head.
Brodgar's pale, sweating face as he's led away to captivity. And you know that it's like just before this ale festival comes up, and he's not going to be able to hang out with people. It's kind of this month-long
fun
ale
in
festival, and he's
prison.
just going to be in prison this whole time.
Perhaps he should have thought of that before he committed a felony.
Exactly.
True.
And
Pulls out cigar.
It appears that his plan was quite sound. He was going to have a fake hammer crafted, replaced with the real hammer. He was going to sell his hammer to this man from this other town, Aldersgate or Alderswood or Alderheim or Vingeberg
Believe it was Borsmere.
or Boromir. Okay, Boromir. He was going to have the fake hammer crafted, sold to this other man, so he could have a nest egg, and he could escape to this other place, and he could make his own shop, and then he was going to frame this the very nice cat person and lizard guy that we found.
Yeah.
But
Amulets
I
batteries.
don't understand.
Harbulary
How did he think he was going to
batteries.
get away with it? Harpulary batteries. It's not even close to what I said.
Yeah, so I mean that's you guys kind of do that. And you don't like they don't let the two in the other cell go right away. Like they're still gonna face punishment. But
For what?
from what you've gathered, they did steal the hammer to start with. Like they did steal the hammer, but they didn't kill anyone. They were the ones
Fair
who
enough.
got the fake.
Oh yeah, right, I did.
Yeah, but they didn't kill anyone. They just kind of got stuck there because they got hurt with the collapse. But yeah, so no one was truly innocent, but there's certainly a more violent crime being done there. Yeah, so if you guys stay for the ale festival, which I assume you do, you all seem like the kind of people that would stay for an ale festival, correct?
Yeah,
No.
I
Tried
month-
turned
ale
my fear
before.
aura off for it.
Okay, that's fair. So yeah, if you guys stay, so the ale festival was as amazing as the stories promised. Although there are parts that you're sure you'll never remember, and more that you'll probably never admit to. Throngs of all races swarm into Mount Carbon, completely oblivious to the tensions of the previous week. At the opening ceremony, you were brought by a tearful Enid and a stoic Sigurd Fletz to the grand dais, D-A-I-S, atop like a dais, where you were presented to a man named Brover Hoog, who's a gruff, elderly dwarf who gave you the impression that he could probably tear you all limb by limb if the occasion demanded, despite his advanced years. As he took a breath to speak a signal, which sounded or silenced the whole hall, he says, "You all know you all well know my feelings on outsiders. Well, it seems some may be worthwhile."
Oh well.
Just imagine you're mumbling in the background. He goes, "These here have saved this festival, and they honor Mahakam. In recognition of their service to the mountain, clan and hall, I hereby award them the leaden ring. May they make free use of it and consider Mahakam a place where they will always be welcome." He presents each of you with a small bag, and inside of it is just a simple ring cast from lead, etched and burnished to a dull gleam. The crowd cheers and the drinking resumes. So after you guys receive the leaden ring, your general reputation, like of your guys' actual party, is increased immensely. You guys are almost considered like important. Like people all around the continent kind of hear of you now.
Almost important.
And because of your newly heightened reputation, kind of as you guys are leaving, a courier arrives carrying a message from Alwyn de Claremont, who is a quartermaster and Nilfgaardian occupied Maribor. And Alwyn's heard of you guys now and heard that you have a penchant for problem solving. And he wants to hire you guys for a problem that he's having.
What check do I have to make to convince them to let Broadguard serve as my as my attendant for the
Your
next
ward.
year as punishment
Man
for
boy.
his crime?
Man boy.
Yeah.
Come hither, man boy.
I mean, it'd probably be a persuasion check, right?
Okay. I will use all of the luck that I have accumulated over the course of this session. This is a persuasion check.
Yeah. You have to try to
Empathy?
persuade like all of the dwarves, basically.
Okay. So with all of my luck and my empathy skill and no ranks in persuasion, there's a plus 17.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I
And
have a
rolled
DC in my
D20.
head, by the way, just so we're
Helpful.
clear.
All right.
It's
I got to roll
30.
a 5. Damn it. Okay.
Yeah. To try to convince all of the dwarves to let
Now, I
someone who...
understand.
Okay. They go, "Oh, absolutely not." And they almost like kind of look like they're about to take your ring away just for saying some stupid shit like that. But they decide not to.
Why did that backfired entirely? And I teleport away.
Yeah. But that's the end of the book. I would like to take a second
got
to
an
read you
Pale man
guys the
teleporting
start
away.
of this book because I'm terrible at investigation type stories without just like trying to give stuff away. I want to read to you guys the whole story of what actually happened here in the beginning, like the background that you guys don't know.
Oh, we know.
No, yeah, we figured it
We
out.
looked it up months ago.
Oh, okay.
We were just playing along.
So let me just read this for you guys here real quick. This is peeling back the curtain, but since we're playing a campaign where the previous stuff doesn't necessarily
back
matter
curtain.
moving forward, I can just let you know what happened. This will be good for the YouTube here too. So let me pull this up. So this is just called The Thieves. So Shelley, a werebub, and Nina's of Rand grew up together in Shelley's village and the South Mahakam Mountain. Ninez's family migrated to the village after they were targeted in a non-human pogrom, and it's the only house she's ever known. The partners are a study in contrast, where Shelley is impetuous and bold. Nina's is more measured, with a passion for knowledge and an eye for detail. As firm friends with a shared desire to see more of the world than snow and sky, they left home to seek their fortunes. It was Ninez who suggested stealing the relic Cursetter's hammer to finance their further explorations. Her voracious taste for historical research highlighted it as both an intrinsically valuable but also portable and obscure enough to potentially sell intact. Shelley knew the area around the Mount Carbon well enough to get them inside the enclave, from where they could make their way through the tunnels to the cavern where the hammer was displayed. The pair commissioned a local smith to customize a similar weapon, such that it would appear convincing enough from a distance. The plan was that they would mingle with the crowd at the ale festival. By the time the deception was discovered, they would have quietly departed, leaving the inhabitants none the wiser. Unfortunately for Shelley and Ninez, a young miner called Brodgar Farrig had a similar idea and was far less cautious in his planning and execution. He accessed the cave by a small tunnel that he had discovered near his work area, running along a vein of ore. On exiting his tunnel, Brodgar failed to check that the coast was clear and was caught in the act of stealing the hammer by Rendell Harkis, checking Cursetter's cavern as part of his normal patrol route. Brodgar lashed out in panic with the hammer, landing Rendell a fatal blow to the head. Seeing Shelley and Ninez approaching, Brodgar smashed one of the support pillars, collapsing Cursetter's cavern on the victim and on the would-be thieves. He then escaped the way he came, trusting the cave-in to cover his tracks and the evidence. Ninez was caught in the Cascade of Stone. When dwarves arrived to investigate the collapse, they found Shelley performing first aid on the wounded Vran, and the hammer's pedestal empty, and the artifact itself apparently partially buried near Ninez. The werewolf had taken a large shard of flint in the stomach, but had healed around it remarkably quickly. Ninez and Shelley have been in prison since, and the mountain put on high alert as the dwarves fear for further breaches of their security before the festival. And the outsiders have been accused of attempted theft and the murder of Rendell Harkis, and their trial is fixed for when Ninez has recovered sufficiently to be executed. The hasty decision, however, did not sit well with Rendell's sister, Enid Harkis, and she has gained permission from Sigurd Fleet one of the clan elders to seek outside aid in investigating the truth of the matter. No internal help is available as the inhabitants are tied up in preparing for the festival or enforcing the lockdown imposed on Mount Carbon. That's it. So that's what actually happened, and I have a terrible way of trying to portray that accurately, but hopefully that makes sense now of everything that you guys were able to figure out. Your characters got it, but I don't know if we all got it. So
Man, we could have figured it out a lot faster if you just read that part from the beginning.
yeah, it is in the
Right.
beginning of the book. It's the first thing that I read.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna end the video there, the stream there. A nice, just about 2.5 hour little stream. Thanks for hanging out. That's the end of again. The name of this book the name of that chapter is Stone Cold Lies. And
Yeah,
the
you did
next
that,
book, if we continue to play, is called Murder in Maribor. I have
You
not
didn't
read
do
at
that
all
like
yet.
icebreaker thing that you did last time.
That's true. I did not do that. We kind of just talked off stream, but that's fair. Bye bye.